What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse episode 082 for Saturday, September 25th, 2021. I am Wasabi Ice Cream. As always, joined by my dude, Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up? I'm excited. We have a lot to go over. Nintendo just had like a Nintendo Direct, so we got a lot of cool shit to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into it, man. But first, as always, tell the people what you've been playing.
Nothing.
Yeah? All right, that was
Played
easy.
nothing. Yeah. The only thing I just had been super busy this week, so I didn't play anything. But some like idle games, like
Oh yeah.
old favorite NGU Idol on Steam. Just technically, I'm always playing it.
Is it that potato game you're telling me about?
No. That's something else. That one actually you do need to play. But what the fuck is that one called?
Space something. I bought it on iOS.
Space Plan. I don't know. I wrote a Steam review of that though, but that's not what I'm talking about. NGU Idol. It's like really good. It's like the logical conclusion to all Idol games. There's like an RPG in it. There's like equipment and stats, and
You told me about it.
there's blood magic and a time machine and a tree that you can farm.
It's on mobile.
It's not on mobile. It's not on mobile,
What?
but it should be because like I don't like sitting here at a PC playing an idle
Hey,
game. So,
I'm not gonna boot up my computer for an idle game.
but yeah, that's been happening. That's all that I did.
Fun. No, idle games are fun. I got like super into them like on mobile like years back. Actually, during that year of the clicker show that we did, remember that? Like
Yeah,
old school Gameoverse. Like that's when I started getting into like idle games. Like a little bit before that, I got into like Cookie Clicker really bad. Tap Titans I got into really bad. The sequel I got into really bad. I got into them bad.
it's just a lot of them really suck.
A lot of
Uh,
them suck. When you get a good one, it's like really good.
I've been running NGU Idle. I wonder what my like my time on that is. 2,800 hours.
Jesus.
So
It's like super funny and like people who don't play idle games, like you gotta like explain to them like the appeal of it. Like
it's
you,
just
you don't understand the appeal of idle games until you've played an idle game. Like a really
it's
good one.
just pure fucking dopamine. That's all it is. It's just like what if you just could just inject dopamine straight into your bloodstream?
Exactly. If you're the kind of person who like gets a rush of dopamine when you level up in an RPG, like you're gonna hit idle games like bad. Like idle
Yeah,
games will fucking fuck you up.
yeah. But I like this one. I've learned to like weed out all the shitty ones.
Yeah.
Uh, and this one's like really good. So
That's good. That's really good. I haven't been playing anything new. Actually, that's a lie. I'm playing it right now. Um So we're gonna talk about this a little bit later in the direct, but Nintendo, well, not just Nintendo, like everybody got it. It's just that the Nintendo show, the Castlevania Advance Collection just came out.
yeah,
I fucking bought that. I bought that day one.
okay,
No patience. So those of you who don't know, the Castlevania Advance Collection is a collection, of Game Boy Advance Castlevania games. So you get Circle of the Moon, Aria of Sorrow, and Harmony of Dissonance, plus Castlevania Dracula X, which is like an SNES port, but not really, of Rondo of Blood, which what I've been told is kind of shitty, so I haven't played that one yet. But those of you who don't know, Symphony of the Night kind of kickstarted this like Metroidvania style for those Castlevania games. And they didn't do that again until the GBA games with Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Sorrow, or Aria of Sorrow, and Harmony of Dissonance. And for years, if you wanted to play like a Metroidvania style Castlevania game, that's where you went to do it. And up until recently, they were never released on anything outside of the GBA. The only way to play them was on original GBA hardware, a DS that was backwards compatible, or through emulation. You could never play them on a console. Now they're on everything: PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox, and it's fucking dope. It's only $20. Definitely worth it. I played Circle of the Moon when I was a kid. Played that a lot. Played a little bit of Harmony of Dissonance. Never played the Aria of Sorrow. That's the one I'm on right now. I've been playing that one like a madman. Still solid. Honestly, that alone I think is worth $20.
Yeah.
So the fact you get all these other games with it, it's fucking dope. They're really good games. If you like good Metroidvanias, these guys these are like the cream of the crop for Metroidvanias. Circle of the Moon, I'll argue, didn't age quite as well as the other two, just because it does a lot of the old school Castlevania shit where like you only have one weapon, it's the whip. You can change the weapon with their DSS system, which is like a whole other thing I don't want to go into. But your main weapon's gonna be your whip through most of the game. So you have that like delay from when you attack to when it comes out to when you put it back. Your jumps are very specific. Once you jump, you can't change the trajectory of your jump, so you're locked into that. You get hit, it knocks you back like a fucking mile. But it's an open Metroidvania style game with that kind of control, so that one didn't age too well. But once you get the hang of it, it feels pretty solid. But that's definitely the one people are not going to be playing. There are people going to be playing Dawn of Sorrow, or Aria of Sorrow, which I would argue is like the best one out of the three. That one has a huge map. Every monster you kill can drop a soul that gives you like another ability. It's a lot of fun. It's so good, and I've been playing that like since it came out. I bought it as soon as like I saw the direct, and it was like, oh, it'll be available later today. I went on my Switch, bought it, downloaded it, and played it on my lunch break. Like that's how much I was super into it, and it was worth it. Seriously, go pick it up. It's on for everything right now for $20. Best $20 you're gonna spend. I've also been playing Monster Hunter. They just released the new Rush update, which is like a fun little mission you can do where you can change your dog companion, your Palamute, to look like Rush from Mega Man. That was really cool. That's a fun little mission that I ended up doing. I like Monster Hunter Rise, man. That's another one. If you have a Switch, you should go pick up Monster Hunter Rise. You're gonna get a lot of time out of it. Nintendo's announcing some really cool stuff for it. Go pick it up.
I needed to hit PC.
It's funny you bring that up. We'll talk about that later in the show. But that's all I've been playing, man. Just Monster Hunter and Castlevania, and I've been having a blast with them. So, get seal of approval from me. Go pick up Castlevania.
Oh, they put some monster. Wait, what is happening here? Okay.
But
The thing I'm watching was like it's very Mega Man. So I'm like, did they put Monster Hunter shit in Mega Man too? But no, they're just showing you what this stuff comes from.
oh yeah. It's pretty cool. Can you share the screen with me, by the way? Because I can't see it on the
Oh
screen.
yeah.
But yeah, there's some cool shit that Monster Hunter's doing. They're constantly dropping new updates, new missions, new monsters to fight, new costumes to get. It's worth it. There's some paid DLC for it, but all of it's like cosmetic stuff, which people are gonna be pissed off about anyway. It's like, oh, well, you're gonna lock away cosmetics behind a paywall. But look at all the other actual content you get for free. Like this Rush update where you can change your Palamute, that's free. Like you have to pay for that. The Okami one was free. The Akuma armor was free. You just had to do the mission to get it. Calm down. If they want to put like behind like $1 paywall, that's fine. As long as I get all this other cool shit for free, I don't mind it. But yeah, this is dope. Seriously, go pick up Monster Hunter Rise. All the extra content for it is definitely worth it. That alone is worth the price of admission. But we have more to go over that later, which I'm excited to talk about. But first, we do need to talk that the SEC is investigating Activision Blizzard. Finally, those of you who don't know, the SEC is the United States Securities and Exchange Commission. They're actually launching a full investigation on Activision Blizzard against their practices that we talked about a couple weeks ago. We had some arguments of sexual assault and sexual harassment against employees, discrimination, a whole list of disgusting shit with
Yep.
Blizzard employees. and it's gotten bad enough that we're seeing an actual full investigation of it. And
They actually sent subpoenas to a bunch of the high-ranking executives in Activision, including Bobby Kotick. Which you don't know, like a subpoena is basically an order that says you have to testify in court.
yep,
So, fucking, that's like one of the most official fucking
yeah,
things that you can get. So,
yeah. Now the government's involved, the court system's involved. Like lawyers need to be hired, testify. People need to testify like under oath. This is getting like serious. And opinion here, good. I don't think it's controversial opinion. Like, good. I hope
yeah,
we find. I hope that we find justice for the victims, but more important, this is going to hurt Blizzard financially. Investors don't want to be invested in a company that does stuff like this or has a cycle of bad news like this. So
yeah. This investigation is more about trying to figure out whether Activision lied to their investors about the state of what was happening there regarding uh, the the victims of the abuse. So
yeah.
it
There's no investigation about like getting something for the victims, which is shitty. But again, the thing about business is complicated. They did lie about and to investors about how serious it was and how bad it was.
but when they say lying to investors about the abuse, I'm thinking, well, you probably just didn't tell them anything. They probably didn't know shit. Like, it's not like you're gonna
Well,
come out there and say, hey, yeah, so we've been, there's some allegations on us about some misconduct. I don't even think they would have said that. I think they brushed it under the rug completely. And it was like,
Well, a big part of it too is like as an investor, you have the right to like pull out whenever you want and sell your stock if things get too bad.
yeah,
So with the news cycle and everything happening, the allegations first started coming up. I'm sure investors asked like, "Yo, is this like legit? You need to be honest with us. Is this legit, or are these just baseless allegations?" And I'm sure like you had higher ups, CEOs telling their investors, "No, these are baseless allegations, and this never happened." And investors like, "Cool, we'll keep our money in." Which more and more is coming out. That's not the case. This is like something you have to be honest with your investors up of on top of like the state of your company, your profits, your expenditure, stuff like that. You need to disclose that to investors. It's illegal to withhold stuff like that. So technically, like them lying, if an investor ever asked them, "Hey, is this real?" and a CEO told them, "No, it's not. Don't worry about it." That's something you can get in a lot of trouble for.
yeah.
Um, and it's shitty. That's what it comes to. Like, it's not that, oh, these women were like, not women, everybody there, people who still, even men who like stood up against it got in trouble, but anybody who like got fired or was treated unfairly or, God forbid, like committed suicide over this. Like that's another story that happened. Um, they're to be frank, they're not going to see any justice out of this, at least not personally. But it is good to see that something has happened to Blizzard because of this. If they lose money over it, I consider that like something happening, but we'll have to wait and see. The fact this is going to court, though, that is very serious, and we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I just want to give credit to the Wall Street Journal for uh, breaking this news. Uh,
Yeah,
they have a little paywall, so we got to go to Kotaku to kind of sum this up for us.
yeah,
But shout out to the Wall Street Journal doing their journalism over there.
yeah. Good on them. In some lighter news, we did have a Nintendo Direct a couple days ago,
Yeah,
and we got a bunch of shit announced, a bunch of really cool shit. Some of it's kind of shitty, but there's some cool shit there. They opened up with Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, which is their newest paid DLC expansion that's set to drop summer of 2022. I'm excited for this. So those of you who don't know, Monster Hunter has this history back when it wasn't as big as it was now, before World. They used to release 2 Monster Hunter games a year, or one game, and then the next one come out a year after. In Japan, you would get the Monster Hunter base game, and then they would release like, Monster Hunter 3G, which is like Super Monster Hunter 3 or something, which came with a whole extra rank to play through on top of it. So you have low rank, high rank.
Okay, hold on. Are you like about to? Are you about to say that doing that is like a good thing and they should be applauded for it, or?
I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay, okay. Let's see.
Yeah, hear me out. Hear me out. They would basically release an expansion for it or a new game, usually a new game, that had all this extra content on top of it. It would be like, oh, here's the base game plus like a whole other game's worth of extra content, extra monsters, a whole new rank with new armor, new weapons to fight with. They would do that in Japan. They wouldn't do that here in the U.S. because U.S. players aren't going to pay twice for a game, no matter what content they add for it. Unless it's Street Fighter. Like, I'll argue Street Fighter gets away
or
with
like
it.
Pokemon, or like there's a bunch of games that release like 2 of them, and you go, well, I was gonna buy both, but no, they make you they a lot of people buy both.
Well, it's not that they're releasing 2 games at the same time. Like, they'll release the base game, and then like a year later, it's like, oh, here's like Monster Hunter
Oh
3G.
yeah, yeah.
It's like think of it like Street Fighter to like
The
Super.
friends I had, well, Monster Hunter on PSP, like the friends I had, we would buy like all those games.
But the thing
Uh,
is that because in the US, they would just release the G version of it. So when they would get Monster Hunter 3 and then Monster Hunter 3G, we got 3 Ultimate for Wii U.
well,
We
I
never
think
got.
they slowed down with it on PSP. It was right. We would get both. We would get
Yeah,
like 3.
they might have. I didn't get like super into it till later, but it was so much worse in Japan. And now with it becoming more popular, they're kind of releasing the games closer together from Japan to the US. We're seeing that kind of get broken up. So for example, like Monster Hunter World came out and then Iceborne came out, the huge expansion. That's like the G expansion for it. And that's kind of what they're doing with Sunbreak here. This is going to add whole new levels, a whole new rank to play, new big bad monster to fight, new weapons, new armor, new trees, decorations. I'm
New
cool with it.
trees. Oh, you
I
meant
mean,
like new skill trees or something.
like
I thought you
skill
meant
trees, like,
like,
yeah,
oh, we
skill
got
trees,
aspens
weapon
now.
trees. um, but no, jokes aside, like I am excited for this. I'm a huge Monster Hunter player. I fucking bought World when that dropped. I bought Iceborne the day that dropped. I'm doing the same thing with Sunbreak, and it is set to come out summer 2022, and I believe the PC version set to come out the same day, right?
Okay,
Or am I making that up? Hold on.
they wouldn't say that in this, so that must have been
They did
somewhere
say that
else.
in there. They did say that in there
Did
during the
they?
trailer. After the trailer, they said during the Nintendo Direct, like, we're excited to show you Monster Hunter Sunbreak. It will be releasing for Switch summer 2022, and it will be coming out for PC as well. Like they said it, like they're really quick about it. They're like, it's also coming for PC. Moving on, but they just say it at the show. So I'm kind of worried like how they're gonna do it if it's dropping the same day. If it is, it's just gonna be $60. You get Rise and Sunbreak, or they're gonna split it up. With Rise being the base game to pay an extra like 30, $40 whatever for Sunbreak. I don't know how they're gonna do it for PC. Obviously, it's been out on Switch forever now, so you just buy the expansion if you don't have the game. But it hasn't been on PC yet, so I don't know how they're gonna divvy it up. They're gonna have like a base game or like a base game deluxe edition that comes with Sunbreak. I don't know how they're gonna divvy it, but it is coming to PC next year. The same time we're getting it on Switch. Which is cool. We're the same year we're getting on Switch, which is cool. Honestly, like I might. Oh, I don't want to start over, but I might buy it on PC just to see like the performance enhancements.
You should have just started there.
Nah, dude. Like I told you this already. Like my whole family like plays Monster Hunter. Like we are a Monster Hunter family. My brothers, my cousins. I have an uncle who plays Monster Hunter. We have our own like Monster Hunter like group chat that we all like get together in and like arrange like times to hunt with each other. I can't just wait a year and get it on
Are you
PC.
guys sending like Monster Hunter memes to each other? Like, oh man,
Oh
look at
yeah,
that.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Not even kidding. Like we are into it. Every time a new Monster Hunter game comes out, that becomes our obsession for like the time that game's out. Um, but yeah, we would. I'm excited for this. I can't wait for it to come out. I'm definitely picking it up day one. We also got Mario Party Superstars. God, I got the hiccups. Some new boards got announced for Mario Party Superstars.
When
God
they
damn it.
when they said the word boards, I was like, damn, y'all call it boards. Uh, like I don't know, but no, literally it's literally a board game, so they are boards. But I remember when I was a kid, I would call like just levels. I would call them boards. I'm from Jersey. We call them boards in Jersey. Uh, or like I think Pennsylvania they also call them boards, but like we would call levels boards. So when they said boards here, I was like, holy shit, they calling them boards, man. That's crazy.
Oh, I get
But
it. I've actually heard of that. I know where that comes from because, like, before video games got like popular, it was like a screen, like Pac-Man. It was one screen. When you beat it, you move on to the next one.
yeah,
So the closest thing they didn't have levels. The closest thing to it was like boards on like a board game. So they would call them like boards, moving up from one to the next one. Huh. I've actually heard of that before. It's not common for where I'm from, but I have heard that before.
yeah. I think well, some people call them different though. Some will call them like someone will call them levels or stages.
Yeah.
I call them boards. I think there was like another one that was like really weird. I was like, what the fuck? Uh,
Or like lives, like you'd have lives, guys. People call them guys.
guys, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. But no, we Mario Party Superstars is getting some. They just announced some new boards for it coming from. So those of you who don't know, Mario Party Superstars is like Mario Party Greatest Hits. It has some of the best, the highest rated boards from the whole franchise, mini games from the franchise. This did announce some boards from the N64 Mario Party game. Don't know how that's gonna work with because I've been told the newer Mario Party has some like gimmicks that weren't in the earlier games, so I don't know how they're gonna tweak that to make it work. But it's cool to see, like, we got Woody Woods, that fucking cake. I don't know what the cake is called.
We don't need to break this down. This
I don't
is
need to
it's
break it
Mario
down.
Party. I
I'm
think
not been a huge Mario Party head,
the
but
coolest thing about this is that it has online play, so you can actually play with friends or like other random people.
yeah.
So like that's cool. There's been like a hack, not a hack, but like a modded version of the N64 games to run on like RetroArch that have online play. People have been doing it that way for a while. So it's
Well, this
good
will
that
be cool
they,
to see.
yeah.
This will be really cool to see when it drops. I know I'm not gonna pick it up, but I know a lot of people who are super excited for it. Um, Also, out of nowhere, we got this trailer for Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. It's a card RPG, but like
Skip.
very hard card RPG. Like it's really hard on the whole card thing.
Yeah. Like
Like
everything's a
this
card,
game could
even
work.
the
Yeah, this game could work on like an actual like tabletop. It looks like.
yeah, but like you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's very stylized. It looks cool. Like I'm not a big like card game fan, but yeah, this looks cool. I could see some like cool shit here. Yoko Taro is a creative director on it.
Yeah, it's a
That
Yoko Taro joint, which did
yeah,
perk my ears a little bit. I was like, okay,
yeah.
I like what he does. It'd be like the same thing, like if Kojima made a fucking entirely card-based game. I know it was a card-based Metal Gear game,
Oh yeah, Metal
but
Gear Acid.
yeah, which I heard was
Yeah,
pretty good, but I just
I heard it's
cards
good, but he
just
didn't
don't.
work on it. He didn't work on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But yeah, this looks interesting. I don't know. I might check it out. It looks crazy, but I don't know. It looks really cool, but I don't know if I'd play it. We also got a look at Disco Elysium, the final cut that got announced for Switch as well. That's dropping October 12th. Um, about time. I know a lot of people have been asking for this game for a while,
Yeah.
and it seems like the perfect game to like put on Switch. Like those of you who don't know, Disco Elysium is a RPG, but it's played like a pen and paper tabletop RPG, like Dungeons and Dragons. Like you have rolls and stuff you need to make to like succeed or fail. But the game keeps going. Like even if you fail a roll, it can keep going. Like I've heard stories of like people who like failed a roll, missed a jump, and the game kept going, and it took them down a different path than they would if they had made it. You don't just die and then try again. Like the game keeps going. It remembers like the attempts you've made, the fails you've made, the successes you've had. It's really, really neat. Excuse me. I liked what I was looking at with it. I've been told a lot of good things about it, and I want to play it, but I may pick it up actually when it drops October 12th. It's got voice acting now, so I don't have to worry about like, having to read everything.
Yeah, this was a lot of people's game of the year.
Yeah,
Was it last year or 2 years ago?
yeah.
Um,
And the
uh,
Final Cut release, and that just added more content, voice
yeah,
acting, like
and I played it. I played like one playthrough where I made a choice that killed me in like the first like 20 minutes,
oh
and
yeah.
I never went back. Yeah. Uh, so I need to get in on the director's cut here. Hambo in the chat, guys. We do this live on Gameoverse.com/Twitch and Gameoverse.com/YouTube, and you can jump in the chat in there, talk to us,
Yep.
tell us what you think of all this crazy shit going down.
Yeah, we got some cool shit. We also got to look at the Hyrule Warriors expansion. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is getting a new expansion that's set to drop October 29th. I did play Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I haven't finished it, but it's good. Um, it's surprising a really good combination of like Dynasty Warriors with like Zelda shit. Like unlike the first Hyrule Warriors, which was like which felt like a Dynasty Warriors game with like Zelda stuff on top of it. This feels the other way around. It feels like a Zelda game with Dynasty Warriors shit on it. Like they leaned in a lot to like the Zelda stuff, the Breath of the Wild stuff.
Yeah,
It's really really cool how it works. You still have your Sheikah Slate abilities, you know, Magnesis, Stasis, stuff like that. But each character uses them differently, which is really cool. Like it's really cool. I like this a lot. I don't want to go over too much detail, but I like the shit that this game does a lot. And they announced an expansion a while back, and we finally got to look at what's going to be in it. We do know there's going to be some new characters coming out for it. Their first wave, Guardian of Remembrance and Pulse of the Ancients, the two waves that they just released for it. That's set to come out with some new characters, new costumes, new gear. It looks cool. It looks really cool. Um, I like it. I got to go back and finish it, dude, because I really did like what I was playing, but I just never
I
did.
have it. I have the game, and I've not played it at all.
It's
I
good. You
remember
would like it. I
I
think you
got
would
this. Well,
love
of
it.
course I would love it. I'm fucking the biggest Zelda idiot on the planet.
You would like it a lot. It's really good. It's really, really good. And you get to see like the game. So Breath of the Wild takes place like 100 years after Ganon wins, and Age of Calamity you get to play that like that whole war leading up to Breath of the Wild, and
It's
it's really
Zelda
cool.
2, but in 3D. No one gets that joke. Okay,
I don't
moving
get that
on.
at all.
Moving on. Zelda 2 was like what would happen if Ganon won.
I mean, kind of. I can kind of see it, but
I think. I think that's what
like
it was.
so with this is really cool because you get to like you hear the stuff about like the war and everything and how Zelda had to work her like ass off to get like the different races together to like fight Ganon, but it was like too little too late by the time it happened. You hear all that shit like secondhand from like history books and other characters, but you actually get to play through it here in this one, which is really cool. Um it's a lot of fun. I liked it a lot. I like seeing all the Guardians like at their peak. They're all playable too, which is really cool. Urbosa's fucking a boss. I love playing as Urbosa. Yeah, it's good. Go pick it up. I don't know about the expansion yet. Maybe wait till the rest of the stuff gets announced, see if you want to pick it up. But Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is a good game, and it gets my seal of recommendation.
Okay.
And then news nobody was expecting. Square Enix announced Chocobo GP.
Yeah.
It's Final Fantasy Mario Kart.
So this game did exist on, well, it was Chocobo Racing on PS1, which just doesn't really seem to be in the same vein as that exactly. Like, it's not necessarily for the people who remember that game. For what I think this looks like, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks almost exactly like Mario Kart to the T. I'm not talking about like artistically. I'm talking like stage design. Like the tracks look like they were ripped straight from Mario Kart, I think.
It's also got that like Mario Kart like aesthetic too. Everything's like really shiny and like colorful.
Yeah.
Really rounded like Mario. It's got like a lot of Mario influence to it. Like if like you could drop these characters into Mario Kart and it would fit. Like
Yeah.
which you can't say the same thing about like Bandicoot Racing or like Sonic Racing.
Yeah.
It's a very distinct game. I can't say that with this one. It looks interesting. Don't get me wrong. Like I want to see what Square Enix can do with like a kart racer. But,
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah,
I was thrown off. I'm like, is that like Rainbow Road? There's a turn in here where I'm like, that those corners that they're showing is like straight out of Rainbow Road. Like right here, that 90-degree turn right here is like a distinct feature of Rainbow Road. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
is that just Rainbow Road? I don't know.
Yeah, it feels really like I don't want to come out here and say it's like a Mario Kart clone because not every kart race is a Mario Kart clone, but
Yeah.
this is this has got a lot of Mario Kart DNA in it.
Just some of the track layouts. I'm like this track here reminds me of, was it Mario Speedway from N64? Oh damn, this track looks like
This thing that's
that.
got me really cool though. You can play up to like 64 players in an 8x8 elimination tournament. Like that's really cool. I want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Have the games that big going. It looks interesting. Like I like the idea of like Magicite. You can like collect it, build up your ability before you fire it off. All the abilities are based on like summons or magic and stuff from the Final Fantasy games. It looks interesting. I'm probably not going to pick it up, but I'm sure a lot of people are. I got enough kart racers, man. Like I'm fine.
I'll play it if it hits PC.
Is it coming out on PC? I know
I
like it
don't
was
know.
announced like Switch like thing, but what's it coming out on?
I usually look up everything that gets announced just to make sure that no one's trying to hide the fact that it's coming to PC. But I didn't look up anything.
Square Enix website. It's their website just shows Nintendo Switch for now.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll see.
That's fine.
And another thing we were not expecting, but looks fucking dope. Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
Yeah.
This looks dope. Like
Yeah.
when I saw this opening, I was like, "What is this? Like a Splatoon thing?" Because like this
Yeah.
like post-apocalyptic, abandoned like cityscape thing. And then when Kirby drops in, and you see it's a 3D Kirby game. Like I don't think we've ever had one of those, have we? Like,
We've never had. The closest we had was, I think, on the N64 was Crystal Shards, but it was like a 2.5D. It was like side scrolling with like 3D depth.
Yeah. But this is like full 3D, like fucking XYZ axis game.
Yeah, it's Mario Odyssey basically, because instead of having the hat that gives you your powers, you're fucking Kirby, so you just you can suck.
You can suck people off and get their powers.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, though, this looks incredible. Like
This looks great.
this looks great. Like I didn't know I wanted this till like they showed it off.
The thing about Kirby is that Kirby's not a power, he's not an ace in your pocket that you whip out and go fucking Kirby. Like it's it's weird to really care that much about Kirby. I think so. I don't know how well it's gonna do. As long as it's a great game, I think it'll do well because
Which,
Kirby
like,
doesn't
jokes
really do
aside, like
numbers.
Kirby doesn't do numbers, but I don't think I've ever played a bad Kirby game.
Well, exactly. Like Kirby games are great, but they just don't. They're not like they're
Just
never
themselves.
huge. They're never huge games.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think keeping Kirby alive are like the diehard fans who like buy everything like Kirby's in. Which good investment. Like Kirby has some good games. Again, I've never played a bad Kirby game.
yeah.
Everything Kirby does is like fun, unique in its own little way. Even if it wasn't my cup of tea, like Kirby like golf, like Kirby mini golf, like it's not my cup of tea, but it's a solid game. It's a solid mini golf game with some Kirby elements to it. Like this looks cool. That's at the drop spring 2022. I like what I was looking at. I might pick this one up.
I'm definitely gonna
Kirby
get
getting the Mario
this.
Odyssey treatment. Yeah, do it. I'm down. I'm definitely picking this up. Should have come out sooner, in my opinion. This should have been like a launch
Yep.
title Switch, but
Yep.
better late than never, man. I like what I'm looking at. Mario Golf adds a Koopa Troopa and a Ninja to the game and 2 new courses. Cool.
Cool.
Cool. I mean, who's I don't want to be that guy. I'm sure Mario Golf's a fun game, but who like saw this and was like, "Oh, I gotta dust off my Mario Kart or Mario Golf and play as these new characters."
I mean,
The
this
new
game
courses
just
are
came
cool.
out. No one's like dusting anything off. Like if this is coming out, you're still playing this game if you care about it.
Yeah, that's true. And it's cool. It's a free update. Like you get these 2 new characters, 2 new courses to play on for free. Yeah, cool. We also got Disney Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition.
So what the fuck is this game? This looks like an MMO from like 2005. Like, okay, I'm done playing Maple Story. Time for me to load up whatever the fuck this is.
So Disney Magical World was a series of adventure games, I want to say, that came out on the 3DS. And excuse me. How can I word it? It's like an adventure slash simulation game where you like explore the Disney theme park and you play like levels and collect stuff based on the theme parks. It's really hard to explain. It's hard to explain. Um, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's a lot of fun. This is like an enhanced version of the second game that came out on 3DS, which comes with enhanced graphics. I can't tell that they're enhanced, but whatever. Um, this looks like a 3DS game. Like it really does. Just slightly cleaner, but it looks like a 3DS game. Um, and it's supposed to come with all the DLC that came out in the original one, which I don't know how you can make DLC for this. Like Disneyland's like a finite place, but whatever. Um, I'm sure there are people who are excited for it. I'm sure there are people who want to play. I didn't play it when it came out, so I'm not really interested in this like enhanced version of it. But I'm sure there's someone out there that's excited to be playing this on their Switch, and good, more power to them.
Okay, there you go.
We also got Knights of the Old Republic. It's coming out
Yeah.
on Switch November 1st. The original Knights of the Republic, which, yay! That's all I can say. I'm excited.
So what
Like,
I believe
yeah,
this to be is this game's been on mobile for a while.
yeah.
And I hear that's the way to play it these days. So it's good that that version is now coming to other platforms. I think it's also coming to consoles as well. So
Which I'm cool with. I bought this game I owned it on the original Xbox. This fun fact, this is the first game I bought on Steam.
oh,
Yeah, so when Steam was, I wouldn't say it's in its infancy. This is like 2011, 2012. Um, I had heard about Steam before and like all the crazy sales and shit they were doing, but I was never like a PC gamer, so I didn't really get into it until one day Steam had this huge like Star Wars sale, this huge May 4th sale. And they had Knights of the Old Republic for like $2. And I was like, okay, is that how I can play it now? Because I hadn't played it since the original Xbox, and I think at the time the iOS version either wasn't out or wasn't working quite as well. So I made a Steam account, put in my credit card, bought that, and it took off from there. This is the first game I ever bought on Steam. This is the game that made me like make a Steam account, download it to my shitty HP laptop, and I've ballooned from there as like a PC gamer. And it's cool to see this coming out on Switch, dude. I'm buying this day one. That's it. It's being developed by Aspyr, the same company that was doing the KOTOR remake that we talked about last week. So this is cool. Knights of the Republic's a great game. It's one of the best RPGs out there. I think it's one of BioWare's like best games they've ever put out. And I implore anyone watching this, pick it up on Steam if you have Steam right now. If you don't, play it on Switch. This is great. I love this game. And I can't wait to like re-experience it. I love this game so much. Have you ever played it?
Nope. I played maybe like the first 30 minutes where you like got to get some crystals to build your lightsaber, and I stopped.
That is not in the first 30 minutes of the game.
Well, what is this, first 20 minutes?
That's after the first planet, dude.
There's no way.
Yes,
I didn't play that much.
Yes, way. It's like the second planet you go to.
There's no way. I think you're wrong about that.
Yes, way. Yes, way, dude.
Like I know I did not play much of this game. If I look at my Steam time, I can look at my Steam time. Because there's no way I played that much. I can tell you that.
I'm telling you, man. Knights of the Republic is like... Terrace is the first planet you... The game starts off on the... what was it? The Endar Spire, I think is the name of the ship you're on. Gets attacked by Sith. You crash on Terrace. You have to save Bastila. That's the whole like first level, that whole first world. And then after that, it's like, oh, he's Force sensitive. We should make him a Jedi.
Okay, Steam says I played 1 minute. So...
Yeah, there's no fucking way. Man. You're thinking of another game. You're wrong. You're thinking of another game.
I'm not. I just described.
I'm telling you, dude. I will pull up a gameplay video.
I like how I just described the game, and you're like, no, you're playing a different game.
Are you really gonna sit here and tell me like this is the only Star Wars game where you get crystals and make your lightsaber? Get the fuck out of here! Like,
hey man, there's a lot of Star Wars games out there, but this one is known for that specifically.
Here's a let's play. First hour of the game. Scrub through that. Tell me you find a dude finding a fucking crystal.
You start in like some like ship, right? You're being attacked. I did that whole sequence, and then directly after that, you go somewhere, and you're like, okay, time for you to build your fucking lightsaber.
No, you crash on Terrace, which is like a Sith-occupied like planet, and it's like, yo, Bastila, like the whole Jedi we were transporting, she got kidnapped by like gangsters, so we got to go save her and figure out where she is and get the fuck off this planet. And then after that, it's like, oh, you're like Force sensitive. Let's teach you the Force. There's like a fucking montage where you gotta like, where it shows you like learning the Force, and you have to like recite the fucking Jedi code. And then after that, then they send you to a cave to go get your crystal and make your lightsaber. After all that, I'm telling you, I played this game too many times to tell me I'm wrong.
Okay, well, I don't know. Maybe I played the abridged version because Steam says I got 1 minute of time in this game, so.
I don't know what you played, but this game's good. Well, sorry with the sidetrack there, but this game's good. I was wrong on the date. November 11th is when it's coming out. I'm definitely picking this up day one. We also got a look at Dying Light 2 Stay Human cloud version.
Yeah. Interesting.
Interesting. It's the cloud version of Dying Light 2. I mean...
I put out a poll on Twitter and YouTube. You can go to gameoverse.com/YouTube. I put out a poll that asked, have you ever played a cloud-based game on Nintendo Switch? 12 20% yes, 80% nah. Now, I did ask, the people who said yes, I asked to elaborate. Like, I need to know, what did you play and how well did it work? Because, I don't know, this seems like a terrible way to play a video game on the Switch.
Yeah, it does. I wouldn't do it. Which is weird with this, because like they announced the cloud version that's set to drop February 4th of 2022, which I think like the base game comes out a little bit before that, doesn't it? Or am I wrong? Like the actual game.
Yeah. Well, no. No, it's...
Yeah, Dying Light 2 comes out December 7th of this year.
Okay.
So the cloud version's coming out a couple months later, which like is fine. I mean, you got to like test out the bugs and stuff, get everything stress tested for cloud gaming. But I don't know. I mean, if this is your only way to play it, and you're just like, I gotta play Dying Light 2. I'm sure it's a fine way to play it, but I wouldn't do it. I got a PC to do it for.
I just don't know how that system works, man. It's like cloud, like streaming games has so many requirements in terms of speed and.
Let's be honest, Nintendo's like online system is not great.
Yeah, I just don't know what servers are tapping into for this. It's not like you're using like Stadia servers and they're just giving it to you on Switch. No, there's some other solution that they're using.
Yeah.
That I need to know how that works.
Unlike Stadia, where it's like a subscription to access servers, you're buying this game. You're giving Nintendo $60, and then you're playing that game on cloud. So, like, I don't know. That's a harder pill to swallow for me. I mean, if it works, more power to you, but it's a hard pill to swallow for me. But on top of that, they also announced Dying Light Platinum Edition is coming out October 19th. The first Dying Light is coming out for Switch, October 19th.
Very nice.
This is not a cloud version. This is the game.
Yeah, I noticed they didn't show any of this, but
they showed off a bit of it. The textures look awful. The textures look really bad. Like, it looks like it's running on Switch. But I mean, if it's a steady frame rate.
Come on the Switch.
I don't know, man. Doom's supposed to run pretty well on Switch, man. Like,
yeah, but they had to make it look like shit to do it.
And this like doesn't look great.
There's so many trade-offs, man, on like gaming. Like, if Switch is your only console, you should not be playing anything on there that is not exclusive for that system.
I agree.
Like, I'm sorry. You're just getting ripped off.
I agree. Like, it's a rough version to play it on. The only advantage you have is like it is portable, so if it runs somewhat steadily, even at like 720p, 30 FPS, like I can't complain if I'm doing it portably. But once I hook that bitch up to my TV, ugh. I mean, if it works for you, cool. But I think if you want to like really get into gaming right now, the best way to do it, honestly, get a PC, Xbox, get
Game Pass.
Yeah, Game Pass. I forgot what it's called for a second. Get Game Pass and then buy a Switch. Like, I think with those two,
the Switch and PC combo is underrated.
That's all I'm doing. I have a PS4 and I never fucking touched the thing. I booted it up the other day to watch Disney Plus because I can't download it to my TV. That's all I use it for now.
What are you watching on there? Mandalorian?
They dropped the new Star Wars Visions.
Oh, okay.
Anthology series. It's like imagine like the Animatrix, where it's like a bunch of anthology stories with different animation companies.
Oh.
Doing it. Yeah, with different anime companies doing it, and that's what it is. It's pretty.
Is it about different things too, or is it like just
everyone's a different story?
Okay, that sounds interesting.
The first one is like this wandering Jedi like fights off some bandits from a village. Second one is like this Jedi turned like punk rocker trying to save his like manager. The third one was done by Studio Trigger, the same guys who did like Kill la Kill and Gurren Lagann. Like a fucking ridiculous like fight between like two like Sith twins. It's crazy. It's crazy how different each episode is.
Okay.
That's really good. I liked it. I mean, that's all I'm using my PS4 for is to like watch Disney Plus. It's like it sucks, but you know, I have everything I need on PC and Switch. Um, we're a video game podcast, everybody. Moving on, we got a Project Triangle Strategy. Got the hiccups. Got a release date of March 4th, 2022. Awful fucking name. Awful name. Like, are you fucking kidding me? What is up with Square Enix and these bad fucking names? Fucking Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default. Great games. Awful fucking names. I remember when this game got announced, it was a working title. It was like they said Project Triangle Strategy working title, and they released a demo for it to try out. And then, sure enough, like 4 or 5 months later, oh no, it's the act. That's the name of the game. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, well, that's what they did with Octopath.
Yes, it was still a bad fucking name. The game's fine. Well, I have opinions on Octopath that I don't want to go into now, but Project Triangle Strategy, like, I get why they called it that. It's like it's got a triangle system for combat, a rock paper scissors system for combat, and I think like the main story has like 3 different routes you can choose from. The game's motif is like threes, choices of threes, and interesting. I understand it, but Project Triangle Strategy sounds like a fucking placeholder name. Like,
Well, I think they took the project out, so now it's just triangle strategy. First of all,
good.
triangle is just a terrible word to put in any game.
Yes.
Triangle.
You
Strategy
can
makes
call it
sense.
you can call it tri tactics, triple tactics,
Ooh,
already better names.
yeah.
Even triangle tactics like sounds better than triangle strategy. Like it's obviously trying to be like a Final Fantasy Tactics thing. I don't know why like they have to call it triangle strategy. It's a dumb fucking name. Anyway, the game looks cool. Shit talking the name aside, the game looks cool. I'm not a big strategy game fan, but whenever I play a good strategy game, I get into it. Um, and this looks pretty solid. It's using the same graphical style as Octopath Traveler, this weird like pixel HD style with like pixel graphics, but high definition lighting and water effects and bloom effects. It looks cool. It looks really cool. It looks like it'll be a fun strategy game. Everyone I've talked to about the demo said it's a really solid demo. I haven't played it, but I've heard good things about it. It looks interesting, and that's set to come out March 4th, 2022. Honestly, pick it up on Switch when it comes out, or wait like a year and get it on PC, because that's what they did with Octopath Traveler. I think Bravely Default 2, like, just got a PC release too, didn't it?
I don't think so.
I thought it did. I thought Bravely Default 2 just came out on Steam like a little while ago.
Maybe that's possible. I guess I'm not paying attention to it, but yeah, those things do tend to slide in like that, so it's possible.
Yeah, it came out September 2nd, 2021, Bravely Default 2.
Okay.
You can
Oh
get it on
yeah,
Steam right now.
there it is. Yeah.
Which, great game. Solid game. But yeah, moving on from that. It looks interesting. Get it on Switch if you want to pick it up day one, or wait like a year and get it on PC. When it inevitably comes out on PC. We also got a look at Metroid Dread. It's at the drop October 8th. This game looks incredible. That's all I
This
could
game
say.
looks good.
This game looks good. I'm not gonna be picking this up day one though because I already decided to get Shin Megami Tensei 5. So I'm getting that. That comes out like I think a month later. So all my money's going to that right now. But I will definitely be picking this up eventually when I have the time for it. This looks great. We finally got a sequel to Metroid Fusion, which since Metroid Fusion came out, no Metroid games have taken place after that game. So this is really cool to see this happening. Metroid Fusion is like one of my favorite games. It was the first Metroid game I ever played, the first Metroidvania I ever played.
Mm.
Well, it's that and Circle of the Moon were my two like the first Metroidvanias I ever played. So I'm excited to like see this coming out and like expand on what happened at the end of Metroid Fusion. I'm excited, and they're not like being like how can I word it? They're not being like Nintendo about it. The games from the trailers and stuff. It's pretty dark. Like it's really dark. It's really like creepy, foreboding. It's not like a bright, colorful Nintendo game at all.
Yeah.
Like if I hadn't known Metroid was Nintendo, I wouldn't have believed it showing me this because of how dark it is. But I am like very, very much excited for this game. I might cancel my like pre-order for Shin Megami and just get this instead. I don't know. We'll see before I talk myself out of it. Um, in controversial news, at least controversial to me, we got an expansion pack to Nintendo Switch Online. A new membership plan that includes access to N64 and Sega Genesis games.
Yeah.
Set to come out late October. No pricing information yet. I've never heard of an expansion to a subscription, but what the fuck, Nintendo? Okay, like every time it's time to shit talk Nintendo Switch Online, which is a lot to shit talk about. Their online infrastructure is fucking garbage. There's no voice chat supported in game. There's no fucking dedicated like matchmaking on Nintendo Switch Online. Everything's done like in the game itself, not through your Switch. Every time I play Monster with my brothers, there's no in-game voice chat. I have to like use Discord on my phone to fucking talk with them. But I always defended it. I was like, oh, it's only $20 a year. And you get all these like retro games. They're going to add more games later. I think it's worth it just for the games alone. And then they're like, oh, here's a new membership plan. There's a new tier to get N64 games, Sega Genesis games, which, by the way, most of these Sega Genesis games are on Switch Online anyway. You just fucking buy them on the Switch eShop. They sell a fucking Sega Genesis collection with like most of these games on it. You can buy and download right now on your Switch. No membership required. And they're gonna have the fucking gall to charge us more for it, make it like a tiered membership, but not fix the fucking online system from the beginning. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my god, it's so frustrating. Like what the fuck? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, fix the online system first. It's called Nintendo Switch Online. You know, it's not called like it's not called Nintendo Game Pass. It's called Nintendo Switch Online. Like, fix the online part of it first, or offer it separately. Or make online free and charges for the games. Like, don't fucking lump it together and give me like a shitty online experience.
Because the whole thing they're advertising here is supposed to just be like a bonus perk to what you're already getting, which is the ability to just play your games online. So like they're treating this like, oh, that bonus you were getting, oh, now it's you can get a ×2 bonus if you pay us more and get some N64 and Genesis.
They like here's what pisses me off about this. If they had just released it as like an update for Switch Online, I would have been fine with it. I sound entitled as fuck, but I've been paying to play online with a garbage online system. And I always looked at it, I was paying for online, I'm getting the games for free. That's how I always looked at it. And it's a garbage online system, that's how I always looked at it. And for them to like announce like, oh, here's some more games you can do. We're not going to fix the online system. We're going to charge you more for more games on top of it. The only thing that made that subscription worthwhile in the first place, like, what the fuck? Like, what they should do is make Switch Online free, let me play online for free, and then charge you $20 a year for all these games. I think that's the only way they can make this right, is that they charge you $20 a year for Nintendo NES, SNES, Genesis, and N64 games, and just let me play online for free with their garbage system.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah.
So they're adding N64. What's the list of games on that? Hold on. There's like 6 games, 8 games, 9. Mario 64, which they already gave us, removed our ability to buy, and then now they're saying, oh, you get it through a subscription. So that's a choice move there.
Really
Mark
scummy. Yeah.
Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, which is trash, Ocarina of Time, Win Back, which is trash, Mario Tennis, and Dr. Mario 64, which
And
is
Sin and
basically a
Punishment.
SNES game, and Sin and Punishment, which is a
It's a good game.
surprise. That's a
Yeah.
great game,
Yeah.
gem of a game that has
Yeah.
a sequel on the Wii
Which
that
is
no one
good. I
played,
played
which is
it.
also
I
good.
played
Yeah,
it. Good.
yeah,
It's really good. Hard as balls, but it's really good.
yeah.
And this, excuse me, this is cool. Don't get me wrong. I like seeing these games on here. I've always touted, I think game preservation is really important. But either give me the option to buy the games individually or make this $20 a year I'm paying just for the games and let me play online for free. Because obviously I don't give a fuck about their online system because it's still garbage and they refuse to fix it.
Yeah.
If they had announced like, oh, like here's like a tiered subscription for the Genesis and 64 games, but on top of it, for you existing subscribers, you're gonna add in-game voice chat for Switch Online games. You're gonna change your whole infrastructure so there's less latency. It runs better. We're gonna add a better like friend system to add friends on. If they had upgraded the online system and then been like, hey, here for like another $5 a year, you can get Genesis and N64 games, I would have been fine with that because at least the thing I'm already paying for was better. But no, like if they think what they put out is good enough and they're gonna charge us and they think it's so good, they're gonna charge us for more shit. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. Like that's the thing that pisses me off the most is like it's not a good online system. If I could play Monster Hunter Rise through Steam, I would do it. But I can't. I have to play it off of their Nintendo online service, which is garbage. I tried playing Scott Pilgrim on that thing. It ran like shit. I could not play it online at all. Monster Hunter is fine, but I have to use their whole like in-game matchmaking, which is fine, but there's no voice chat supported through Switch Online, which is ridiculous. But you'd think like now that their Switch supports Bluetooth headsets, they would add that in, but they haven't yet. Like
Oh yeah, I don't think I put that in the doc. They specifically do not allow you to use it with as a headset. The Bluetooth stuff,
yeah,
they specifically don't allow you to do that.
yeah,
Not
which is
that,
ridiculous.
yeah, like not that they want you to, or like not that it can do that and they just haven't turned it on. Because the Switch could do Bluetooth from the beginning and they hadn't turned it on until just now. But they just don't want you to use them as mics. So
It's ridiculous. Like I'm paying $20 a year for that, dude. Like, come on. Like Steam is free. And I'm fine. I have voice chat. I don't have to worry about like fucking around like a third party. I don't have to have like Discord up for everything. I could if I wanted to. We usually do because Discord's like great. But if I want to just use Steam online or use their Steam system and voice chat through that, I could do it. Nintendo doesn't even give me that option. I don't understand like why.
yeah,
Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And it's cool seeing all these games. Don't get me wrong. I love these games. I love fucking Star Fox.
you don't love Win Back.
I've
No
fucking never
one,
played back. So
no one loves Win Back.
I fucking love Star Fox. I love Ocarina of Time. I fucking love the sequel to Sin and Punishment. I never played the first one. I'm excited to play this. But it's like, come on, I can't help but feel like I'm getting ripped off with this, dude. Like, and it's the fact that like I'm paying to play online that like bugs me. Like if they had like if it was like $20 a year, which is what I'm paying now for online and NES and SNES games, and they just added N64 Genesis games to it. So I'm still paying $20 a year, but I don't have to pay to play online, but I get all these games for it. I would that's fine to me. That's fine to me. But they're not doing that.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, what
as
you're getting is great. What you're getting is a deal. Here's some more stuff for more money. When that's not the case. What I'm getting is fucking bullshit.
There's a lot of people out there that defend the $20. It's like, well, it's just $20, man. You can't get ripped off if it's $20. But no, you can get ripped off for any amount of money. It doesn't matter. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a rip off. I mean, I can punch you in the face and go, okay, that's $1. You'd be like, what? I'm not paying you to punch me in the face. I'm like, it's just $1, man. It's not a rip off.
Exactly. And that's what pisses me off about it. Especially since, let's say, like, you're a big Nintendo head. You know, you've had like the Wii when they first introduced the option to buy these games. You know, that shit doesn't carry over to the Switch. You know, if you paid like $10 for Super Metroid on your Wii, you had to pay 50 cents to carry that over to your Wii U. And then you got to pay $20 a year to play it on your Switch.
Yeah.
That sucks. And I guess that's what you signed up for. It's digital, but Nintendo owns all this shit. It wouldn't be hard for them to like carry over your purchases and stuff. I understand why they don't do that. It wouldn't be hard. But whatever. That's Nintendo's gonna Nintendo. And again, I wouldn't feel as scummy about this. If it was like $20 a year and I got all this shit, just the games, I'd be like, okay, that's a fine trade-off. But the fact that I'm paying $20 a year to play online, and they always marketed it as like, oh, and on top of that, you get these games. And then to be like, oh, you gotta pay more for these extra games. That feels super scummy. Like
the Genesis games, they got 14 of them. Castlevania Bloodlines, Contra Hardcore, phenomenal game.
Yeah.
Donald Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Echo the Dolphin, terrible game.
Which all these games, most of these games are available. It's a Sega Genesis collection.
Yeah.
That you can buy right now that comes with most of these games. Castlevania Bloodlines and Contra Hardcore both come in a Castlevania and Contra collection, also available on Switch. So, I'm not saying everyone has these, but you know, if you did, like, what's the point in like the subscription?
Gunstar Heroes, one of the greatest games ever made.
Great game. I love Gunstar Heroes.
Musha, don't know what the fuck that is. Strider, the Genesis version is terrible. Streets of Rage 2, yes.
Game.
Sonic 2, yes. Shinobi 3, yes. All good games. Shining Force, never got into it. Rise Star, yeah, okay. And Phantasy Star 4, which I don't know if that's the one that people want, but that's the one that's here, so.
Yeah, well, so there's some good games on here. It's just I can't help but feel like I'm getting ripped off with the way that they're handling.
Yeah,
this.
I mean, you could just download RetroArch, which is on Steam now, and you get like, you know, everything that the Nintendo thing does and more. So
yeah,
and retro achievements.
It's hard to justify this. It's really hard to justify.
But there's more to this. There's more to this though, because
there's more coming out.
No, I mean there's more to this announcement. I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's more. They tease like Majora's Mask and shit, but also they've got controllers coming out that are $50 each that you can only buy if you're a subscriber. So not only do you have to subscribe and then subscribe to the expansion just so you can buy the fucking controller, but they're $50 fucking each.
You gotta pay for shipping and handling. They can't just like eat that for you.
But you can just get like an 8-bit do controller, and I think those are like $20, and they just work with the Switch.
Yeah. There's no reason. It's so frustrating.
And then not only do they work with the Switch, but they work with like your iPhone or Android. They work on PC. They work on everything you have.
Yeah.
I don't understand what the fuck anyone would buy these for.
Me neither. And this is the first time they did it. They did this for an NES and a Super Nintendo controller when those games came out for Switch.
Yeah. If you bought those controllers, you're like ripped off. Like, talk about rip-offs. Like, it's such a rip-off. Those 8-bit do controllers, they work. They're pro controllers for the Switch. They do everything a Switch Pro controller does. They have gyro and rumble and everything. But they're cheaper. They're not $50. I don't understand Nintendo, man. I will never understand why Nintendo does what they do, but that's
people
why.
Will pay for it. That's the worst part. Like, people will pay for it. Like, Nintendo used to be like the cheap alternative. Like, there was always the cheaper hardware. but the games were cheaper, the system was cheaper. You still got a decent experience with it. Now that's not the case. Like, it's frustrating as shit. And a big part of it is they're banking on that nostalgia. Like, I'm sure there are people who are like, oh, I want to play Ocarina of Time on an N64 controller, so I've got to buy this $50 thing. Which, by the way, like, you still got to pay for shipping and handling on it, even though like you can only buy it as like a pro member. They still charge you the shipping and handling, which is like ridiculous. They should at least like eat the shipping and handling for you if you're already paying $20 a year. But whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even complain if it was like if they release this to the public as like a separate purchase, like then that's fine. But the fact that you have to have the privilege of buying this, you need to be giving us $20 a year already,
Yeah.
and you're still gonna pay for shipping and handling. Like fuck you.
Yeah. So this whole every part of this announcement is just like,
Rage inducing. It's
yeah.
frustrating. It's really frustrating. I know people are gonna like defend them, like, oh well, just don't pay that subscription. It's like, yeah, but then I can't play online. Like, that's what's so frustrating about it is like they're locking behind a very essential service behind these
Well,
games.
I already don't pay for this thing. I don't play this thing online. My Switch is banned anyway, but even if it wasn't, I would not pay for this. I got what I wanted out of the free things, and
Not me. I play with my brother, so that's what I have it for. At least like it seems weird. It doesn't seem worth it to me to like do this, especially since like they took away the option to buy the games individually with this console generation, and now they're locking them all behind a subscription. Which is again, it's a good deal if it was just on its own, but the fact that like I gotta do this to use an essential service like playing online, it's scummy. It's so scummy, and if other people don't see that, and that's fine. Like, good for you, but I don't like it. I was talking about this enough.
yeah,
um, so mini rant there. We got the Shadowrun trilogy was announced for Switch. That's coming out 2022. I actually did play the first Shadowrun. It's pretty solid. It's a excuse me. It's got a very tabletop RPG style to it. I believe those games also have like a dungeon master mode where you can like create your own like campaign, which is really cool. Um, Pretty neat little game. I'm excited to see that. It's a perfect Switch game too. Castlevania Advanced Collection is available now. Talked about it already. Fucking dope. Definitely worth it. I love it. Some great games in there for $20. Yeah, absolutely pick it up. And then we got ActRaiser Renaissance, also available now. Was not expecting that. Who
yeah.
was asking for ActRaiser?
I don't know. I mean, that's I hear that's a good game, but whenever I play it, I'm like, this game is hard as fuck, man. I never understand how you're supposed to play. That game is difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I've never played it, but I've heard good things about it.
Yeah,
And this is basically like that, but like enhanced. It looks good. This
yeah,
looks cool as fuck. This looks really cool. I like what I'm looking at here. It's got a really like tight combat system. It looks like it's got dodge canceling. Is that dodge canceling in there? That's cool as fuck. Like, I'm into it. This looks really cool. I haven't played it. I haven't even played the first ActRaiser, but this looks like fun. This looks like something I would definitely play. Delta Rune, Chapter 1 and 2 are both available. Chapter 1's been out for a while. Chapter 2 just came out on, I think, itch.io about a week or so ago. And now they're announcing it's on Switch too, so that's cool. It's made by Toby Fox, the Undertale guy, so definitely worth it. I played the first chapter of Deltarune. I liked it a lot, so I'm probably gonna be downloading this and playing it. It is free to download, so just go check it out. I think Toby Fox was saying though that he plans on doing 4 chapters, and the third and fourth chapter are going to be a charge,
yeah,
which like is fine with me. Like, I'll give that dude all my money for anything he wants to work on. Undertale's so good. Anything he does, I'm like, yeah, I'll give you my money. We also got to look at Hot Wheels Unleashed coming out September 30th, which looks cool. Like, we talked about Hot Wheels for a while, and Hot Wheels Unleashed looks cool, showing off a track editor. I'm into it. Surviving the Aftermath is set to come out this holiday season. It's a Paradox Interactive game, which I mean looks cool. I'm not a big fan of like these city building games or like survival building games, but it looks nice. Shin Megami Tensei 5. We got to look at that. Digital pre-orders begin already today, September 23rd, when it released. So you can go pre-order digitally now. Looks good. I'm excited for that one. Wreckfest. Never heard of Wreckfest before. I don't know what
Yes, you
this is.
have.
I have. I have. Yeah, tell me then. Tell me what I haven't.
This is a bugbear joint. It's a demolition game. Remember when Demolition All Stars came out, and I was like, you could play that, or you can play Wreckfest, which actually
Yes,
has,
I do remember that.
which is actually a good game. It's a racing game, but it's all about the destruction and just breaking shit. Basically, like Burnout, but what if Burnout was actually a racing game, but still has
Okay.
full on simulated destruction.
Okay.
It's got like a lawnmowers. It's got like everything down from like lawnmowers to big fucking like cement trucks and shit like that. So you can go on like tracks, or you can just set up like a straight up like arena mode to just crash into each other. A lot of fun, lots of fun. It's from the Flat Out guys, so yeah,
Oh, I mean, it looks cool then, I guess.
yeah.
Um, we also got a look at Arcade Archives, Pac-Man, and Xevious. That's available right now. Rune Factory 5 set to drop March 22nd, 2022. I never played a Rune Factory game. I've heard they're good, but there's like fucking five of them. I don't know where to start with it. But to those of you who are excited, there you go, Rune Factory 5. And some slightly cursed news. We got a look at the Mario movie cast. This movie is set to come out December of next year. It is an animated movie by Illumination Pictures. Most of you don't know the Despicable Me, Minions, Life of Pets, those guys. Which I don't really like them as an animation studio, if I'm being honest. They make very cookie cutter, safe, family animated movies, very paint by numbers movies.
Yeah.
I would have preferred like Sony Pictures like worked on it. The fucking Sony Animation, the Into the Spider-Verse guys, Mitchell's and the Machines, like them. I would have loved if they made a Mario movie. That'd be cool as hell. But well, you're not getting that. We got Illumination.
I just
They
like
did
that
announce,
Miyamoto is involved in
yes.
the making of this movie, so it's not going to
I
just
wonder
be.
like how involved he is, like really though.
It seems like he's very involved, but I don't know.
Yeah, we gotta look at the cast. Chris Pratt set to play Mario. Yeah, that Chris Pratt.
Cool.
He's set to play Mario Star Lord, which imagining that is like it's hard to get around. Um, it could be cool. I mean, we'll see. I might be surprised. He played God, he played that Lego dude in the Lego movie. A lot of people don't remember that. What's his name? The fucking main character from the Lego movie. He played that dude.
Steve.
So yeah, Steve. A lot of people don't know that because it was like before he got like really big, before like Marvel took him out with Guardians of the Galaxy. So he's got like chops to play like an animated character. It's just Mario though. I don't know how he's gonna do it. I wonder, is he
Yeah.
gonna use his actual voice, or gonna try to do like an Italian accent?
That's what I
Like,
was thinking. I think you remember the old Mario movie. Mario was like, "Hey, I'm Mario." He was more of like
oh
a.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I think he
Like a
can
New
kind of
York,
take it.
like
He can take it
yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
You'll have to wait and see. Anya Taylor Joy is to play Princess Peach, the girl from the Queen's Gambit, which I haven't seen yet.
It's good. Pretty good.
She was also in Marvel's Misfits, or New Mutants, which fucking sucked. So I don't really have an opinion on this girl. Um, hmm. I mean, I don't have an opinion on her. We'll see what she does. I don't know. It's an animated movie, so I have to get around like what they look like, what I know they sound like,
Yeah.
and see what they do for the actual characters. But we'll see. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, man. If fucking Idris Alba can play like Knuckles, I'm sure anyone can play anything. Um, I'm looking at the IMDb page here. I don't know if you want to talk about like the characters as they pop up, but Yeah, we got
Oh,
Charlie Day as Luigi, which like that could work. I think you could do a funny spin on it.
yeah.
Depending on like what Chris Pratt does with Mario, I think Charlie Day can do like a funny like Luigi. Jack Black is Bowser.
Great
Don't
choice.
know how. Yeah.
I like it.
Uh, Jack Black. If Bowser gets like a singing bit, that'd be cool. Keegan Michael Key as Toad. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I hope, because Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele. I hope they make Toad like fucking unapologetically black. Like I want him to just make Toad like as black as possible.
Yeah.
I would love that. That'd be funny as hell, man.
He's got good range, so I
He
want to see
does.
what he does actually.
He does. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong, which could work. That
Yeah.
could work. Not the weirdest Donkey Kong voice. Remember that fucking animated series we got for Donkey Kong like back in the
I'd
90s?
love that show. That show was great.
The music was good. Um, Charles Martinet, he's in it as the cast. I don't know what he's doing though. Did they say who he's playing, or that he's gonna like have
No,
a
he's
cameo in it?
he's just in it.
Yeah, which would be cool to see. We also got Kevin Michael Richardson as comic, which cool. I like Kevin Michael Richardson. He's got this really deep, growling voice. I don't know how that's gonna work for a comic, but whatever. Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong. That could be really funny. Sebastian Maniscalco, he's really funny. Him playing Spike would be funny as hell. God damn it.
I don't know most of these people, so
Sebastian Maniscalco is a comedian. He's really funny, and he's got like a very like Italian, like New York Italian accent.
okay.
But like when you see the character of Spike, like I could see Sebastian Maniscalco like doing that. Like I could see that fitting for that character.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah, I
that's
don't
it for
know.
the Mario movie cast. It's set to come out in December.
I think if the Sonic movie could be as good as it was, I think they could do it with this too.
True. True. Sonic movie was way better than I was expecting it to be. Sonic movie was better than it had any right to be, if I'm being honest. And I hope Mario's the same way. We did get a look at Splatoon 3, Return of the Mammalians, which I'm like, how is this gonna like work? Like Splatoon 3, I mean, Splatoon is a franchise I never really got into. I played the first one on Wii U when that came out. Didn't bother with the sequel. I heard good things about it, but I didn't bother with it. Splatoon 3 looks interesting, but it's not my it's I don't know. I'm
I
not
just
gonna pick
want
it up.
more out of it. Just looks like more of the same, except there's just a bunch of new weapons and abilities and shit. What I was hoping for was like some of the, like the campaign is. It seems like it's going to be a bit more open, but I want you to be able to like recruit other players for your like team, like NPC players, and then do actual turf war battles with like a
That'd be
team that
cool.
you created.
That'd be cool to see. The
But I
campaign is a little bit more open. It talks about like Return of the Mammalians, like mammals, but all I'm seeing is like fuzzy like tentacles. So
the
Splatoon's always been
campaign
weird.
the campaigns in the past two games have basically been like obstacle courses. Like any they've not been interesting at all. And at the end of like each obstacle course world, you get like a boss fight, which is also like just a giant obstacle course. I just want more. Like they're saying, there's an emphasis on this city loves turf war. So I'm curious as if that's going to be what the actual campaign is. Like we're going to fight some AI squids.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like I'm hoping they do like a campaign that kind of like combines the main game with the multiplayer game a little bit.
Yeah, like
Like how
Titanfall.
yeah, like Titanfall or like people shit on Mass Effect Andromeda, but it had a pretty cool like system with the using the online system how it affected the main game.
Yeah,
In the sense of the story. Like it's pretty cool. You can get resources from playing online for your single player game. I'd like to see something like that happen for this. Probably won't, but we'll see what they do with it. They better fucking do something cool. They're gonna charge me more for Switch Online, but whatever. um
they showed
and
off.
then yeah, and then something I was super excited for. They showed off Bayonetta 3. Finally. Finally. Bayonetta 3 and Shin Megami Tensei 5, those are like the two reasons I bought a Switch. And I am so excited for Bayonetta 3, dude. When they first shot the trailer, I didn't know what I was looking at. I saw the chaos, I saw people speaking Japanese, I saw like the monster. My first thought was Astral Chain 2. Which
Okay.
pissed me off a little bit because I was like, Astral Chain was fun. I never finished it. I gotta go back and finish it. It was fun, but I was like, where's Bayonetta 3? Like, and then like during this little bit right here where they shoot off, because they're all speaking Japanese right now, which is like not a thing Bayonetta's like done. Like it's always been in like these like Eastern European like settings, vaguely European like cities. And everyone always spoke English. I don't think anyone ever spoke anything other than English or like angelic in the games. So to seeing this, I thought it was like Astral Chain 2. Especially since like this little monster turns around, you see that fucking dog, Astral Chain, the dog like mascot costume.
And for me, the thing about Bayonetta is that they've already done it like twice. So as I was like watching this, I was like, okay, they're gonna do a third Bayonetta. I gotta think of like how uh is it gonna be just more of the same, or is it gonna just be, I know it's been a while, but I don't know if they could just do more of that again, you know? But then as soon as she comes out, I was like, oh no, yep, no, they can just do that again. I'm done.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm ready for it. Just do it again.
same. I was the same way. And her costume looks fucking dope. They're
Yeah.
like doubling down the witch look for her with like the little skirt and like the pigtails. It looks badass. She's so cool looking in this game. She got the tri-barrel like pistols. And she just comes up, she fucks this thing up. I don't know if it's an angel or a demon or some new like third type of monster that we're fighting now, but it looks fucking badass. I really, really like what I'm looking at here. This game looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
She's like casting spells and stuff. She's doing like torture attacks, but for like multiple enemies. So I'm like, what's going on here? She had that moment she turned to like Madame Butterfly right here. So like a devil trigger thing, like from Devil May Cry, they're kind of introducing here. And then this fucking part. This part right here. She does her little dance, and you're like, oh cool, she's gonna like summon a monster, fuck this thing up. That's exactly what she does. But
It looks like you can. It looks like you can control the monster now.
Fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a kaiju fight. And I'm like, I'm into this. Give me some more of that. This looks cool.
Yeah.
She's like down there, like trying to avoid getting hurt while also controlling the monster, like fight these guys. Like that looks so cool. Like, look at this. I can't believe this is running on Switch.
Yeah.
I'm like, no wonder it took them so fucking long to put this shit out there. Look at this. This looks incredible. I'm so excited, dude. I am so excited for Bayonetta 3. This is another one that's like day one for me, dude.
Yeah.
Look at that.
This
You're
just looks
fucking.
so
Look
good.
at that. You're riding a T-Rex and skating down like skyscrapers. Like, if that doesn't sell you on the game, I don't know what is. This looks incredible. It's set to come out 2022, so no exact release date yet, but we got a year. We got a year. It went from we're working on it, we'll tell you more about it later, to here's a new design, here's some new gameplay, and it's coming out next year. I'm excited. I knew Platinum Games wasn't gonna let me down. I knew I was gonna like what they showed off, and I did. I'm excited. You gonna pick this one up? I know you're pretty into Bayonetta. You gonna pick this one up?
I just don't want to. I don't want to have to play it on the Switch.
It's
You
gonna
know?
run fine. Like Bayonetta 1 and 2 ran great on Switch.
Yeah.
Docked or on docked or undocked, it ran great.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it, but I don't have to get it and then go, oh, it's on PC now. It's probably going to happen at some
I don't
point.
know, man. Nintendo financed Bayonetta 2, and that hasn't come out on PC yet.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, other stuff has happened with Platinum where you're like, oh, maybe. Like, Wonderful 101 is on PC now.
That's true. So we'll see. Um, I'm excited for this. That's it for the Nintendo Direct. We got some quickies to look at. Fortnite will be blacklisted from Apple's ecosystem until the exhaustion of all court appeals,
I
which
like
these last 5 years.
it's funny because Tim Sweeney was just putting out like a bunch of like he's super salty about this,
Yeah,
even
I
though it's
mean,
like his fault that it's happened anyway. Like you're not gonna just willingly and knowingly breach your contract and then go, hey, these guys are being unfair. Like this is your fucking fault, dude. So deal with it.
sure, what he
Um,
was trying to do was like rock the boat a little bit, bring attention to Apple shitty practices, which he did.
yeah.
But the court case is still like ongoing. Like,
But he's like, Apple lied. They lied to us. They said if we did this, then we can come back. And it's like, yeah, no, okay, sure. But who the fuck cares? What, you breach contract. That's all there is
yeah,
to it.
yeah.
Um,
Morally, is it right? No, I don't think so. But legally, yeah, like they're totally within their legal power to do that.
yeah. So he
Uh,
says it could be as long as a 5 year process, and by then, I mean, Fortnite would have just is gonna be gone. I would think, but you
you
never
think
know.
so? Fortnite's been a thing for like what 3 years already? Like, it's
Yeah,
still
but
not.
I think even now it's like kind of waning. Like all those like events they do have it come back a little bit, but there's like always something. Like I don't think it's as popular as it was in its like climax.
We'll
Unless they made
see.
like a Fortnite movie or something and like really try to capitalize on the idea of Fortnite again. But like,
They've been doing a lot of shit. I remember when they did that civil rights like Black History Month like event thing. Remember that?
no, I
No, it
don't
was a
remember.
civil rights thing. Remember that? Oh
No.
fuck, dude! They created like some Fortnite like in-game like civil rights like museum where you could
What?
like go in and like see a recreation of like the March on Washington and a recreation of Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech. You can actually be in the crowd with it. The problem is, even though they turned off like guns and firing and stuff, people still show up dressed like Rick and Morty and like fucking alien, completely like fucking killing the mood of what they were trying to do here. And it's like a whole. You never heard of this? This is like a
No.
whole ass thing that happened. Like I want to say back in August. It was fucking crazy.
Shit.
Oh, and the worst part is like I didn't change the loading screens, like coming in and out of it. So there's pictures of people coming out or going into the fucking civil rights like event that they put together, and it would pop up with like a loading screen, like in-game tips, and it would say stuff like, "Friendly reminder: headshots do more damage." Oh god, dude! If you want to fucking read, like, look this shit up. It's like it's the most tone deaf, fucking not thought out thing I've ever seen, like ever. Seriously, check this shit out. It's fucking crazy. Um, side news: Quantic Dream's new Star Wars title has been in the works for 18 months. I don't know how I feel about this, if I'm being honest with you.
I know how I feel about this, which is even as a not a Star Wars fan, I'm like, you should not get Quantic Dream anywhere near that franchise. But you know,
I feel like David Cage is like too far up his own ass to like. Oh man,
yeah,
he's too far up his own ass to tell a good story. There, I said it. Like
yeah,
Detroit Become Human was some of the most like blatant, like head bashing. Like you get it, you get it. It's about
yeah,
racism. You get it, like dude.
yeah.
Like he cannot tell like a nuanced story like at all. He needs to just be so like aggressive and over the head with the storytelling.
But
And
he will have like a lot of like good small moments
he
that are like
does.
peppered throughout, like the homeless section in the Jody game. I always forget like what the fuck that game. Beyond
Oh
Two
god, not the
Souls
souls, yeah.
had like a homeless section, and I was like, oh, this is actually done pretty well. Like,
Yeah, and the scene in Heavy Rain when like I think you're like at a shop and some like dude's trying to rob you and like pointing a gun at you. And like the choices you want to make are like there, but because your character's freaking out, the choices are like shaking and jittering and it's hard to read them. So you're
Yeah.
like stuff like that is like really cool. But then at the same time, he's like, "Oh, we're gonna have all these robots like be a metaphor for racism. They're gonna sing slave songs when they march down like the street. Like, dude, go fuck yourself. Like, what are you trying to, dude?
Hamtaro's in the chat says, I like Quantic Dream games. Feels like cinematic Telltale.
At
Telltale's
least use
already like Telltale's already like cinematic enough. I mean, you're saying like graphically they've got like it just
yeah.
looks better, but it's not even like graphically whatever. The stories they're trying to tell just
Never
never
quite come up.
do it.
Never
Yeah.
quite come up, dude. They never. He always has to like, do some bullshit and like. At least I will argue that Telltale stories are better than Quantic Dream stories. Like even though Quantic Dream games
That goes without saying.
technically are better, yeah. Like, are you seriously gonna tell me that like anything Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Detroit Become Human, you're gonna tell me any of those stories were better than fucking Wolf Among Us? Really? You're gonna tell me that the straight face?
Tales from the
Like no.
Borderlands.
Tales from the Borderlands,
Dude,
fucking
I like
First
every
Piece of
single
Walking
one.
Dead.
I like
Like,
every single one of those Telltale games, dude. Even the Minecraft one was great that no one played. Even the Guardians of the Galaxy one that no one played. I loved it. Maybe not so much the Batman. Oh, the Game of Thrones one sucked. That one sucked. But all the other ones were great. Indigo Prophecy, best meme game of all time. Okay, Hambo's on
like
some other
really,
shit.
really, because I've seen like if we're gonna talk memes now. The only meme I see from Indigo Prophecy is a shitty like sex scene. But to this day, I still see like so and so will remember that memes. So, um, but no, jokes aside, like I'm hesitant with this game, dude. I think like Quantic Dreams again. David Cage is so far up his own ass that he can't tell a good story without like getting in your face about his message. And he thinks everyone who he tells the story to is fucking stupid. So he has to keep beating it over your head to the point where like it becomes like it's annoying like how much how in it there it is almost tone deaf. Um, I don't know. We'll see if he could if they could surprise me with something like this, something really cool. I'll be the first one to like admit I was wrong. But given their track record, they make very pretty games, very good looking games, but I don't think their storytelling is as good as everyone thinks it is.
And like you're talking about Star Wars, those are like action movies. We don't think is like the dialogue. Like this is gonna be like a dialogue heavy thing, where you're making a lot of choices and then seeing how your dialogue it affects the story. I just don't
Now,
know if that's what people want out of a Star Wars. People want lightsabers and combat and lasers and X-wings and shit. They
it's
don't want
funny you
the
bring that up.
Galactic Federation Council meetings and
It's funny you bring that up because, like, I keep telling people this. Like, if you hate the prequels, which most people do with good reason, watch Clone Wars because it actually has the time to do all this cool shit that, like, George Lucas was trying to do with the movies.
yeah,
So it's actually possible to like get invested in like the politics and the dialogue and stuff. Characters who are like who are on screen for like a minute in the movies have like whole backstories and like arcs they go through in the Clone Wars show. So it's definitely possible to get that like storytelling from a Star Wars property. It's definitely possible. The problem is that like they always put them they want to do all this shit and they don't have enough time to cram everything into it. But Clone Wars is a great example. You could have like really good cinematic storytelling that focuses on actual character development, not just like cool laser fights and lightsaber fights.
yeah.
So it's
Well,
definitely possible, but I don't know if Quantic Dreams can do it, if I'm being honest.
yeah. There's still a rumor at this point, so we'll see if anything comes of this. But I don't know. It seems like it is. I do welcome that people outside of EA can make fucking Star Wars games now.
Oh,
So
same. Same. Anyone outside of EA making a Star Wars game, I'm gonna look at it. I just don't know if Quantic Dreams can like tell a good story with it without like getting too caught up in their own message or
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
his like his fucking his theme of the year is getting too caught up in it. But we'll see. Um Valve added a frequently asked questions page for the Steam Deck, which cool to see. Didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
It's
and
cool to see.
most of the information here is not really uh important, but there was one. There were a couple of takeaways here that I found interesting.
Yeah.
Um, One being that you can dual boot it. So if you did want to put like Windows on it, you don't have to lose your Steam OS. So you can have both. You can have both Steam OS and Windows, and just go back and forth between the two. I think that Windows experience is going to be less than ideal.
I
I
think so
think
too.
people are going to try that and be like, "Nah, I don't want to. This is bad."
Especially since like Steam OS like already works with like everything you want to use it for. Like it already works with
Yeah.
Steam. You can already boot up. I think you can already boot up like Game Pass off of Steam OS, can't you?
No. Game
No.
Pass requires Windows 10.
Oh yeah. Okay
Uh,
then.
so that's something that still needs to be clarified on that. But you
Everything
can
else
link.
though,
You
Epic.
can link. The thing about Psychonauts is that you can actually link your. Nothing else does this that I. Well, maybe other games do it, but you can link your Xbox account in game, and then you can start getting achievements and shit. But it's not really a Game Pass thing. It's more just like a, hey, you've tied your account, so now you're getting achievements in both Steam and Xbox just by playing the
That's
Steam version.
That's cool. So that might be something you'll want to dual boot for stuff like you can't download a Steam OS like Game Pass or I
Yeah,
think like Origin still works on Steam OS, right?
I think so.
And
That's always they've
I know
always
Epic
integrated
does.
that. Um, and the other thing is that it will not support external GPUs, which if you don't
Which
know what that
didn't
is,
Yeah,
uh,
I didn't know that was like a concern for people. Like
well,
really?
the thing is like, so you could buy like a laptop nowadays, and they wouldn't have like the most powerful hardware. So what you can do is buy an external enclosure that you can put a full GPU in, and then connect it via like Thunderbolt to, if you have a Thunderbolt port, and then you've got a full GPU on a like a weak laptop.
Yeah.
That's what some people like to do that, but those enclosures cost like $500 on their own, plus what you need to pay for like another GPU. So it's not really
Yeah, at
worth it
that
to do
point, yeah, I
that.
don't think so either. Like at that point, just buy a fucking desktop. Like
But some people do that shit. So there was people, I guess, were curious if you could do it with the Steam Deck, and you will not be able to do that. So bit of a bummer for people who wanted that option, I guess. But it seems like it.
there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do with it. Like I'm excited for the Steam Deck. Like honestly, I might pick that up over PS5 if I'm being honest.
I
Like
mean, I've already got mine reserved, so if you didn't reserve your shit, you're fucked, basically.
yeah, I gotta wait like another year. But whatever.
um, and
I'll just
then
I'll just ask you like how it works, and you can be
yeah,
our Steam Deck guy.
and then
Um,
just in more like smaller Steam Deck news, both Epic announced that they're going to support anti-cheat, which I didn't know Epic owned Easy Anti-Cheat, but I guess they do. So they said Easy Anti-Cheat, they're adding for Linux, Mac, and Steam Deck specifically, and also BattleEye is going to be supporting Steam Deck and Linux officially.
is
So that's
BattleEye like another like anti-cheat system, or
yeah.
never heard of BattleEye?
So that was the problem with Steam OS that they were saying when they announced Steam Deck, was that, hey, some depending on the anti-cheat solution that your game's using, it might not work, but we're working on it. And here you go. Those are the two big ones right there. Basically, I think those are two only ones that were still up in the air, and now they've officially announced that they will supporting Steam Deck. So good stuff.
That's cool to see. I like that. I like seeing that.
And then this is something that just stuff that I like to see. Uh, Game preservation. This group called Hidden Palace, just released like a dump truck of unreleased prototypes and demos from Dreamcast and Xbox, but they've also got stuff on this site from like PS2 and just like all kinds of stuff. But yeah, just hundreds of demos just archived just they just dumped out onto the site here. So if you like just checking
I've
out,
never heard of like.
yeah, there's stuff in here that you probably just didn't even like know about, but um I don't know.
Dinosaur hunting game right here. Like that's like a demo for like a game I've never even heard of. And I just googled it right now. I think that game ever came out.
Yeah.
Like there's some cool stuff like in here that, which is cool to see. Like it's cool to see not just like the games that did come out, but the stuff that never got to come out. Like the
Yeah.
builds of games that we never saw. Like
Well, because we don't get that stuff anymore. If you ever remember, like Giant Bomb has this series of shows called uh Demo Derby, which they look at old like PlayStation Underground demos and Xbox Magazine demos, and like the versions of the demos that are on those discs are like completely different sometimes than actual release versions. So it's like sometimes interesting to see like what you got versus what they were like working on.
I remember being a kid and playing like Drake of the 99 Dragons, like the demo, like that piece of shit. And like I remember playing through it, and I remember like the wall jumping and wall running worked way better than the base game did. And
Oh,
like the guns had like limited ammunition to find ammo for your guns, which was like not a thing in the final build of the game. And I have like no way of proving that because it was on like some fucking like Xbox demo collection disc from like a magazine I can never find again. So it's cool to see stuff like that, and it's the idea that something like that one build of the game I got to play is like lost forever, except in my memory, the memory of people who played it. Like that's sad. That's sad to think about,
yeah.
and it'd be cool to see. Like it's cool that this is happening. We're seeing stuff like that preserved. I like that. Games preservation is important, man.
Yeah, and this whole site they go into detail as to how they found all this stuff and everything. So it's a good read if you're interested in just
That's cool. I'm bookmarking it. I'm gonna check it
yeah.
out. Sure. That's really cool to see. We got some new trailers. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake.
Yeah, so THQ Nordic also had a little show
Yeah,
where they showed off a bunch of stuff that they were working on. I did not watch that.
I didn't either. I did see this
So
trailer though, and this is like,
yeah.
if you're if you're a SpongeBob fan,
Well, the
this is like
thing is,
reference to, like one of the most memed like scenes in SpongeBob history.
the thing
Like
they don't show what the game is here, which
they
is
don't.
they just show a cool cinematic with the music. The winner takes all.
Yeah, and
Um,
like they show like a bunch of like out of context clips from like of SpongeBob characters and like SpongeBob scenes and like really quick blinking you'll miss it like little things,
yeah.
little reference, which is cool to see. Don't get me wrong. I grew up on SpongeBob, like classic SpongeBob. I rewatched it recently. It's on Amazon Prime, by the way. So I rewatched it recently with my wife. Still fucking solid.
Dude,
Those
great.
first, yeah, it's still funny as hell. Like
Yeah.
it's surprising how well that those first seasons hold up. And this looks like it's trying to appeal to like that crowd. Just seeing the sweet victory bit is like already that's like gonna date like the SpongeBob fans.
Yeah.
So seeing stuff like this, it's like I think this is meant to be like a game for older SpongeBob fans who grew up watching SpongeBob back in the day.
Yeah. I just need to
And
know what the game is, you know.
yeah, it's probably a 3D platformer.
It could be anything for all I care, but
Yeah,
I'm,
I
I'm
want to see what the game is.
yeah.
Like I'm interested in it. I'm interested in it. We also got to look at Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed, which is an HD, which is a full remake of Destroy All Humans 2. Which cool to see they're doing that. I didn't think they'd be remaking the sequel, but it's
I
cool to see that happening.
I thought they'd get there eventually. Yeah. I guess that first one must have done well if they're doing the second one, or maybe they were just gonna do it anyway. But this is the one that I remember. This is the one that I played.
Never played
So,
any of the Destroy All Humans games, so
oh really?
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty
That's what
good.
everyone tells me. Have you played the remake? Like, should I just play the remake, or should I like try to find the old one?
No, play the remake.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the same game. It's just more accessible.
cool. I'll check it out. I feel like I would like this game. Like,
Yeah,
the
it's
game's like
good.
really funny. It's got a really funny, like, very like, yeah, very funny, dark, kind of gross sense of humor, which I'm into. Like a little offensive without pushing the bar like too far. Like I'm into it. I like it. Just this trailer alone is like really really funny.
Yeah, I didn't even watch this trailer yet. This is good.
It's hilarious. It's so funny. Like there's so much stupid shit in this trailer. It cracks me up. But yeah, I'm into it. We got some game releases coming out starting September 28th. We got Away, the survival series. I've never played Away, but this set to, I've never heard of this actually. It's set to come out PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox One September 28th. I've never heard of it. I guess he plays like a sugar glider. The game describes it as like he plays a sugar glider in your own nature
I'm sorry.
documentary.
What the fuck is a sugar glider?
It's like a rat with wings.
Okay.
Never seen these things before? You've seen one of these before. You used to know what it's called.
I've never seen this. Like a bat. It looks like a bat, but
It's not. It's kind of like a rat, like squirrel type of thing, but it's got like wings on. It's got like winged like limbs, kind of like a flying squirrel, kind of.
if this is what the game actually looks like, then I might have to check this out. Oh no, but see, it's like what? This is weird. Is it?
This
Is
it
it?
reminds me of Tokyo Jungle a little bit, but like
Hold on. Wait, is there audio with this? They're saying it's like your own nature documentary, but is it like? Okay, I was gonna say, is it commentated like one? Interesting.
this is interesting.
Interesting. I might have to check that
Pretty
out.
cool. Yeah, I'm adding it to my wish list right now. This is
Yeah.
cool. We got Dandy Ace coming out on Switch and Xbox One.
Yes, I played this.
Yeah, I remember
It's
that. It's that roguelike, right?
it
Like a
plays
top-down
like
roguelike.
it plays like Transistor, but you use like
Yeah.
magic cards instead of other
Oh.
cards.
You're telling me you like this one.
It was interesting. I didn't play it much, but it's a Transistor. I don't know how else to put it. If you've played Transistor, this
I
is
love
kind of it does its own take on things. So
I love me Transistor, so this looks cool.
yeah.
And then we got Dragon Quest: The Adventures of Dai, a Heroes Bonds coming out on mobile September 28th. I didn't know this was happening. Looks like a Dragon Quest Heroes type of game, a mobile gotcha game, which looks fine. I'm not like into Dragon Quest enough to like consider this, but it looks cool if this is your cup of tea, I guess. So if you like this type of game, like more power to you, but not my cup of tea.
It looks like a 80s anime.
The artwork's done by Akira Toriyama, the guy who did Dragon Ball.
Okay, but it doesn't look like it
Always got the
looks like
artwork.
that. But because usually that his style is like always like Dragon Ball, but this looks like that, but 80s. Like it looks like Saint Seiya almost, or Ronin Warriors is what I like.
I can
I was
see
getting.
that. I can see that. A big part of it too is because it's got like the sword and sorcery like aesthetic to it. Like
Yeah,
you're seeing characters with swords and armor and stuff, and in the '80s, like all anime looked like this. So,
yeah.
so that's why. Like Toriyama's just got this like old school style.
That's all right. I might try it out. It's free.
Dragon Quest 3 remake on Switch. Oh, I heard about that. Yeah. So thank you so much, Leonardo, Mirage Leonardo. We do this live, guys. He was talking about the 83 2021 They announced that Dragon Quest III remake. They didn't really talk about it at the Nintendo Direct. He was asking what we think about it.
Interesting.
Yeah, interesting. It's got this art style, kind of like Octopath Traveler, with this like high definition, like pixel look to it. It looks cool. Don't get me wrong, it looks really cool. I'm not a huge Dragon Quest fan. I've never played Dragon Quest really. I played Dragon Quest 9 on 3DS when that came out. Or was it Dragon Quest 10? I can't remember which one it was. I played that on 3DS, that remake when that came out, and I played the newest Dragon Quest 11 on a Switch. I'm playing that right now, and it's solid, but I've never like gone back and played the older ones. This looks like fun though. Like this looks like a really cool, accessible way to play Dragon Quest 3. Everyone tells Dragon Quest 3 is like one of the better ones in the series. And
Oh,
if
we did
it's
see this. We did see this when it was announced. I had this in
yeah,
the.
at
Um,
E3.
I'm not a Dragon Quest fan, so I'm not sure how to feel about this. I don't really have an opinion. I think
I'm
it
not a
looks.
huge Dragon Quest fan either. It looks cool. I
Yeah, it
am.
looks cool.
I like JRPGs. So I like this one. Mirage is asking. I heard Dragon Quest 11 was really good. It is really good. Everyone should go pick it up. It's a really solid JRPG. It's very vanilla. So if you want something that does something new to turn-based RPGs, it doesn't really do it. But it hits those like, how can I word it? It hits those fundamentals so well that you're okay with it. It's like, imagine like vanilla ice cream, but like really, really good, high quality, like fresh French vanilla bean vanilla ice cream. That's what Dragon Quest 11 is.
Yeah, that's on Game Pass.
It is. It's on Game
So
Pass
you
right
can.
now.
Yeah.
It's also available on Switch if you want to play that. Get the definitive edition because that comes with the actual orchestrated soundtrack, and the MIDI soundtrack sounds like dog shit. So just get the
Wait, like
definitive.
in game, it has the soundtrack.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
bullshit.
So what's funny, fun little fact here, when the Dragon Quest 11 first came out on PS4, the original version, the in-game soundtrack used a MIDI soundtrack for the US. Japan got an orchestrated soundtrack. And the reason why they did that is the fucking composer's a racist. He doesn't like the US and the shitty soundtrack.
Makes sense.
It's a gross oversimplification of what happened, but that's basically what happened. uh the fun fact, if you want to check out a YouTube channel way bigger than us, um, Stop Skeletons from Fighting did a whole like expose on the Dragon Quest 11 soundtrack controversy, and they did a whole thing about it. There's some shit I didn't even know. The dude's a fucking Nazi too, which I didn't know about. Like, it's insane. But yeah, get the definitive edition.
Shouts out to
Leonardo,
Stop Skeletons from Fighting. Good
yeah,
channel.
great channel. Leonardo was saying, I think the new Kirby game shown at the Direct might be the first Kirby game into picking it up. It gave me Mario Odyssey vibes. Dude, same. Like, I was saying earlier that Kirby, I never played a bad Kirby game, but this new Kirby game, it's giving me mad Mario Odyssey vibes, and I'm into it. I really want to check that out. But yeah, the Dragon Quest Adventures of Dai, available on mobile September 28th. We also got Ghost Runner coming out on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Good game. I played the demo. Solid game. I liked it a lot.
Played the demo. Felt like I got my fill there. Uh, Maybe I'll get this like on a really good discount one day, but I don't know. Parkour plus like other
Cyberpunk themed and
stuff.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's I don't know, a little much for me.
it's good. I think it's solid. If you like a good like, it's a really good parkour game. If you like a
Yeah.
good parkour game, this does it really well. We also got Lemnis Gate. Excuse me, shit. Coming out September 28th.
I
I've
do
never
believe
heard of this.
it's a FPS game, I do believe.
So the Steam description isn't like the Steam like tag. This is like the actual developer description. Lemnis Gate is the revolutionary turn-based combat strategy FPS taking place in a time loop.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of shit to get thrown at you, but watching the gameplay trailer, I think I might be into this.
Oh, I think I remember seeing this now. Okay. Yeah.
I've
No,
never heard of this.
I forgot where they showed this, but it was some like Sony conference or something. I thought it looked dumb then. uh,
Really?
yeah. I don't remember why. I'm rewatching this again. It looks pretty dope now, but
It looks cool. I
yeah.
don't see where the turn-based stuff is though.
Well, it didn't say turn-based. It said strategy. So,
It says right there in the description, Lemnis is the revolutionary turn-based combat
oh
strategy.
yeah. Okay, so that was the thing. Okay, no, that was the thing. So it's turn-based in that when you die, your previous run continues. That was the thing about it. So you do a run, and then whatever you did at that run gets replayed over and over again. Every time you die, so you can come back. That guy's still running around, and then you are also doing another thing. And then when you die again, that first run goes, that second run goes, and then you do another one.
Crazy. What?
Yeah, yeah.
That is insane.
That's what it was. And I said it was dumb, but it was crazy like that. Yeah.
That is insane. That is insane. Okay,
So
I'm into this.
you can set stuff up so that you can buff your first run, and then like give him a shield and shit while he's doing what he was doing before. It's crazy like that. I think that's what it was, but I don't remember completely.
That is absolutely insane. Like, I need to check this game out like yesterday. Leonardo was saying, not sure if you played the demo, but great Memories of Azure on Switch was a lot of fun. Best I can describe as Ori and the Blind Forest meets Hollow Knight. It's also on Steam, PS4, and PS5. That sounds cool. Never heard of that before. I'll have to check it out. Thank you for the recommendation, man.
Ori meets Hollow Knight that's a big thing to say.
I'm
Let's check
watching
it
some
out.
gameplay on it right now, and like, I can see that. Oh, I've heard of this one. I have heard of this one. Yeah, I've actually seen this. You play as like siblings, and they all have their own like. It kind of reminds me of like Trine a little bit. Where you control like multiple people, and they all have different abilities to traverse. But it's like a Metroidvania. It's not like a level-based like puzzle game. It's a Metroidvania with like puzzles that are throughout. You have to use.
Oh, you know what this is? This is the Lost Vikings. And Trine. The Lost Vikings. Old Blizzard game.
Oh yeah, I have heard of it.
Yeah. Where you have the one who has a shield, you have the one who has a sword, and then the other one is the only one who could jump. And you have to switch between them to solve the puzzles. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks
Anyway.
cool. I have heard of this one. This one looks good. We also got Neo: The World Ends With You. That's dropping on PC September 28th. I've heard good things about this one. I've heard a lot of good things about this game.
This is the new one, right?
It's been out on Switch for a little bit already.
Okay.
It's finally coming to PC. Epic exclusive, so if that bugs you, sorry.
I don't know what people's issue with Epic is, man. They're fine.
Yeah, I think
Like,
it's fine
if
too.
your worry is China, then you should probably don't look at everything else that has China in their pockets, because you would leave the internet forever.
Exactly. But no, World Ends With You Neo looks really cool. I've heard some good things about it. I need to fucking finish the first World Ends With You already. Or maybe just watch like a gameplay video of it. Or just watch the anime and get caught up with what's going on.
Yeah.
But this looks cool. New World is also coming out September 28th. You played that.
I played it.
Yeah.
If they add controller support by launch, I might play it. But because it was good, but I'm like, you should have controller support because it's basically an action game.
And then we got you want to talk about this next one? So I know you're excited for this.
So look, guys,
Here we go.
Outer Wilds, Echoes of the Eye expansion is coming. And I'm not gonna look at the pictures, not gonna look at anything. Just know that's coming, and I'm buying it day one. I was actually doing a new run on of Outer Wilds just last night. I guess I played that. I played Outer Wilds last night. Just because my Steam version is not in sync with. I played it on Epic when it came out, so my save isn't. I could probably just copy the save over now that I'm thinking about it. But greatest game ever made, guys. Greatest game ever made. It's getting a DLC expansion, and that's all I gotta say about that. This is gonna be the second greatest game ever made.
I gotta fucking finish it already. I played for like an hour. I liked what I was being introduced to. There's some really cool questions I want to get answers to. I think I just need to just buckle down and play it like for real.
Yeah.
I just want to talk to someone about it, and I know you want to talk to me about it too. So
Yeah.
I'll pick it up. I'll finish it
Okay.
eventually.
Close this page. Don't even want to look at it. Okay. Wednesday, September 29th. Insurgency Sandstorm goes to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Insurgency, I think, if I remember correctly, this is like, if you like SOCOM, I think this is a SOCOM game.
Yeah, I think
Or a
so.
SOCOM style. Which, like, that people don't do that kind of shooter anymore, so.
I mean, Rainbow Six is trying to do it, but then it turned
Yeah, but it's different though. Well, for one thing, like Rainbow Six is oh, you know, I think I have a different game. I don't think this one's a SOCOM one. The thing with SOCOM is it's third person, and this is not third person. This is very much first person.
Yeah.
But this is much more like tactical. So like, you know, you take a bullet and you're dead, or you're wounded, or you know. They added a lot to this game. I'm looking at this now, the first time in a while. There's like helicopters and like all kinds of shit that I've never. The door kicked a guy kicked the door in. I don't remember any of that. So they've massively updated this. But I like more tactical shooters. I like a more slow paced, methodical shooter. I like when I can creep through and devise a flanking strategy and kind of you know, be the guy. I like being the guy that fucks up everyone else's strategy by just doing something incredibly stupid.
You're the guy that like blows the whole mission for everybody.
Not blows the whole or saves the whole mission for everybody. Like I like just to go I like to climb ladders and get on rooftops and crawl through the grass while everyone else is just running through the streets. I'm like, okay, how can I get around? Like a smoke grenades is always in my arsenal, shit like that. Where I'm like throwing the smoke and like maybe it's a distract or while the smoke's over there, I'm gonna go around this way, and I don't know. I like doing that kind of stuff. And this game's like perfect for that kind of stuff. So
It looks cool. It looks like it might be a fun game to get into. I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but it looks like fun.
yeah.
That's coming out September 29th for like everything. Then September 30th, we got Astria Ascending.
Yeah.
It's turn-based RPG with like a hand-drawn art style. This looks cool.
They showed this for the first time at the Square Enix Tokyo Game Show. Was it Square Enix? Yeah. It was someone. They showed it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, "Well, this ain't for me." But it looks a lot like a Vanillaware game.
It does.
Which is dope, but I don't know. You throw in like turn-based and strategy in it, and I'm like, I don't know if I got the patience for this right now. But it looks dope. Looks dope. I like this. I like the style of it.
I like the style too. I like what I'm looking at.
Looks didn't know. I didn't think it was coming out so soon, but yeah, there it is. All right. Also, got Darksiders 3 is coming to Switch.
Forgot that was happening.
Yeah. A lot of people were down on this game when it came out. I don't know. I didn't get the chance to play it yet myself. I still want to go back to the definitive edition, like Darksiders 1 and 2. Cause I haven't played through any of those. I played
I haven't played
1.
them in a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since the last time I played them. I remember the first one I was a little disappointed on it because I heard so much like shit about it, and I was like really
Really?
excited. I remember being disappointed because it's like here's my beef with Darksiders. It's like the first one especially. It's like how can I word it? It's Devil May Cry, but not as good. Mixed with God of War, but not as good. Mixed with Zelda, but not as good.
No, man.
It does a
No.
lot of those things, which
It
together are
does.
pretty cool, but it doesn't do them as well as the source material.
But when you put them together, it's better than its parts, I think. Like Devil May Cry plus Zelda, yeah, Zelda on its own is not like the Zelda it's doing on its own is not as good as like Zelda full Zelda, but like the elements it combines are like really good. Like the combat in a Zelda game is not what you would want. So you take the puzzle stuff from it, you take the combat from something else, and you take the exploration from something else, and you get something that's better as a
That's my
whole.
beef with it. Like I think I was expecting too much going into it. I have to play it again. I think I only played the original version, not the War Master edition. So I think I just need to
Um,
play it again and like really like give it a fair shake.
yeah, I don't know. I remember being in love with that game, dude. I was like, this is
Yeah. I own it
phenomenal.
on Steam. I know I don't just play it.
Every time
I
I
play
try
it.
to load it up, it's like busted. It doesn't launch for me ever.
You should
But
when if you got the base game, you should have got a free upgrade to the War Master edition.
yeah, oh, I have it. Yeah,
And
I
it's
have
still
all of them.
busted. That's frustrating. But yeah, Darksiders 3 coming on Switch September 30th. Doctor Who Edge of Reality is also coming out September 30th on everything.
So
I never heard of this game before. I didn't know this
you
was
did
out.
I. It looks like an FMV game,
Yeah.
which like there's not. I don't really love FMV games, but I always find them interesting when I see them. At least that's what it looks like. I'm not sure if it is FMV or just really good CG, but I don't know shit about Doctor Who. I should also say that zero.
I fell off after like Matt Smith.
Okay,
So I was super into it.
so I don't even know if
Until
this is
after Matt
a.
Smith, I stopped watching it.
But if it's a good game, I would check it out.
Leonardo was saying that Cosmic Star Heroine's another really good JRPG. I've heard of that one. It's inspired by Chrono Trigger. And it's like a
I have that.
legit, like full. Yeah, I've heard good things. It's a full like JRPG. Like Leonardo's saying it takes like 40 hours to beat. I'm not surprised.
All
But that
right.
looks really cool. What else we got to look at?
eFootball.
Who's excited for that? Like,
Everyone, I know I am
I'm not.
for some eFootball. This is the Konami joint. This is what they're
Yeah.
renaming their PES. For I guess I don't know, man. It's a I don't, you know what would make this succeed? Well, first of all, I think it's not free. It is not free. Okay, I thought it was free, or maybe it is. I think it is free because this purchase says it's the premium player pack, whatever the fuck that means. But if it's free, they've already got an upper hand. Because I think people are pretty down on that new FIFA game.
Yeah, I
So
think so too.
all they have to do is be better than that, which shouldn't be too difficult.
I haven't heard a lot of good things about FIFA recently, so
Yeah,
I don't think it's that hard to do. But we'll see what happens, man.
I'll play this if it's free. I'll play it. No, I'm serious. I'll play it if it's free. Because that's the thing. I don't want to buy a $60 sports game only for it to be shit for one, and for two for the next one to come out and be another $60. So if they're doing what you want them to do, which is have it free, updates for the rest of the time, and you buy whatever the fuck they want you to buy, additional shit, then that's a good thing, I think. So I don't know.
I agree. We'll have to see what they do with it. It might be something solid. I'm not a big sports game fan, so it's not for me, but I'm sure there's some people who appreciate like not getting dicked over every year.
Yeah.
And then we got God, Hot Wheels Unleashed is coming out September 30th. This is one I was excited for. This looks cool.
Yeah.
This looks really cool. I really like what I'm looking at with this. This looks so much fun. Like a Hot Wheels, like balls to the wall, crazy racing game. I don't know why this hasn't been done before. If it has been done, it never got more popular. This looks like fun. I'll definitely be checking this out when that comes out. We got a Mary Skelter Finale also coming out on the 30th for Switch and PS4. It's a visual novel. It's a Japanese fuck visual novel. I've heard good things about the Mary Skelter game.
I thought it was a fighting game.
Oh, it's a JRPG. Sorry, I thought it was like a visual novel. It's like a dungeon crawler. Okay, it's like a dungeon crawler JRPG.
Okay.
Okay, which I mean that's cool. I like dungeon crawlers. Oh, I'm thinking of Melty Blood. That's the fucking
Oh.
novel.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that also comes out 30th. Melty Blood Type Lumina. Melty Blood Type Lumina is set to come out PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One. That is a fighting game based off a visual novel.
Okay.
Which is apparently like a solid fighting game. I haven't played it, but I've heard really good things. Leonardo was saying the only reason I'm buying the Hot Wheels game is so you can play as the turtle van from Ninja Turtles. Yes, I love that. I think the Ghostbusters van is in there too, right? Or am I making that up?
Yeah, I think. Well, they have like a bunch of different. I don't know if it's like DLC, but they have like a bunch of different official Hot Wheels like licensed car models that you can get.
Yeah. But yeah, this Melty Blood Type Lumina is supposed to be really solid. Um, I don't know. I never played Melty Blood. I've never played the visual novels these are based off of. I've heard good things, but nah. I'll probably check it
Yeah.
out. The fighting game once it comes out. This looks like fun. We also got Toy Soldiers HD coming out on PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One. I've never heard of this game before.
Nope.
I've never heard of this game, but I guess it's a HD remaster of an existing like World War II toy game. I'm reading the description. I guess it was an XBLA game that came out like way back in the day.
Ah. That's pretty cool then, because those
That is
games you
cool.
can't play anymore. So
That is cool. And this looks like a proper like war game.
it looks good,
Like
actually.
strategy game, yeah. It looks cool. Just getting blown up. You can like pilot planes. It's like a whole battlefield. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a tower
Interesting.
defense game, which like
Yeah, I'm seeing it
a tower
now.
defense game works perfect for a World War One game because World War One was kind of a tower defense fight in general. Like, when I think about it, the way really with trench warfare and the
Yeah,
way like
yeah.
you hold back, like World War One was a tower defense. I'm sure there are history buffs that are like pissed off at me for like oversimplifying the complicated nature of World War One, but basically
Yeah.
that's what it does, dude. This looks cool as fuck. I kind
It
of like
does.
this.
I put it on my
I
wish
don't like
list.
this. Yeah, same. It's coming out on everything, so I might just pick it up on Switch. It'll be a great Switch game if it runs well. And then we got FIFA 2022 coming out October 1st. So, like, if you're into that,
Yay.
yay. And that's it for the show, man. That's everything we hit on. Thank you, everybody who's there in the chat, listening to us this whole time. Leonardo, thank you for coming in, man. It's always great to have people here in the chat asking
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up that Memories of Azure game because I have heard about that one. It was on my list, but I forgot about it. So I'll definitely check that out. It looks like fun. But yeah, Sabi, tell the people they can find us, man.
Guys, you can go to Gameoverse.com. You can go to Gameoverse.com/Twitch. Go to Gameoverse.com/YouTube. You can go to Gameoverse.com/Discord.
Yep.
That's where we have all our good discussions, such as what's hot right now. What's hot right now in the Discord? Nothing.
Oh, fun little thing I forgot to mention. On my trip to Alaska, my brother-in-law gave me a automatone, I think is what they're called. Automatone.
What is that?
I'm fun with it. It's like this fucking ridiculous like little thing that like makes noises and you can play it like an instrument.
Okay, we'll jump in the Discord to find out about what's up with that. What's up with that? What's up with that? Dude, that's my favorite Saturday Night Live skit because it's so stupid.
I'm putting it in the multimedia chat in the Discord.
Okay, so jump in the Discord to find out what's up with that.
It's like automatone, I think is what they're called.
Automatone.
These things are real. I'm fucking around with it.
Other than that, I think I'm gonna keep playing some Psychonauts. Expect more Psychonauts. Expect some. I think I'm gonna jump into like an RPG.
Yeah.
Like a JRPG. I just don't know if it's gonna be Tales. It's gonna be Tales or Scarlet Nexus.
Persona 5.
No.
Persona 5.
I already started that and I hate it. I mean, I could keep going, but I don't know.
I heard Tales of Arise, but if you play it, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I think I might check that out, or I'll play some like the old shit that I should have played a long time ago, but didn't for whatever reason. That's the name of the show. That's gonna do it, guys. Thanks.
For this show, everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. You have a good one. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Or not. I'll see you on Reddit if you don't get vaccinated.